So the discrepancy I was just told was due to processing fees, which I guess makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There we go. Hey, chat, now you know.
And now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Right?
Hey, wrap that.
It's actually part of one of the Hamilton raps. It's actually the second
I don't care
congressional
anymore.
meeting. It's the okay. But I can do Hamilton raps for you.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He was right, Angelica. You'll never be satisfied. No, none of that. No?
Go ahead.
Never heard of that in
Listen.
my life, actually. That's crazy.
Okay. All right. So back to the game. When we left off, Ophios was getting in trouble again because
I got away.
he can't go 5 days without being hunted down by something. He's a rat, but he's a snake, but he's not a good person.
Well,
so
like,
Street snake.
Can't get it straight.
that's okay. We love him anyways.
I can't think of the next line to street rat.
Riff raff, street rats. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer.
The riff raff.
Would they see a poor boy? No siree. They'd find out there's so much
Okay.
more.
Okay. All right. We did it. We did it. We did it. We figured it out. We figured it out, Scott. Oh, bye, Tyler.
Oh, what happened? Bye.
I guess I'm
okay,
done
bye.
too.
Okay, bye. I guess it's just me.
There's nothing in this thing to allow me to deafen.
No, you have
I
to
have
do
to
that.
stop
by
mine.
PC. Yep.
Rena, you gotta blink,
Yeah, I know.
and I gotta come back, and then you gotta come back.
I
There you
broke it.
Did
Is it-
we
we
fix
good?
it or did
No,
we
we're
fuck it
on
up?
wrong
No, you
spots.
messed
Hold
it
on.
up.
SG is saying she's enjoying
It's
it.
my
To
fault.
keep going.
There we go.
Even though most
There we
people
go.
would say this is
Rena.
falling from somewhere.
Rena blinked again.
Rena, stop! Why do you
guys-
want to be Elijah so bad?
Guys, I got her.
Fuck.
I got her. No, it's okay. I got her. She's right here. It's all good.
Oh,
my
that's why
God,
she
get
turned
outta
it off.
here.
Rena, come back.
Because of
Rena,
that.
come back.
I'm back.
Rena, come
Oh, wait,
back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Jesus, cribbity.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. So back to where we were.
Oh, that sound booth effect is trippy.
I know, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's
Like,
all the way back
that
there?
is making my eyes go crazy.
All right.
I can't even look at you right now, Scott. It makes
Oh,
me
they liked
Oh, I
our
sound like my
song.
wife.
Once more with feeling.
I mean, you want me to keep going, Rena?
No, they said they keep
Hey,
going.
you guys mind
They
if I
said
open
they
with
liked
something?
our song. I'll
What's
just be
that?
back up.
Can I open with something?
Go ahead.
So last week when we did the stream, I jumped on the Christmas train. I will admit it
Oh
was a
my
little
God.
early, and I really took a deep look inside, and I said, I see Scott's already like hovering over the stop camera. I
What?
swear to God, it's not Christmas.
No, anyways.
He's ready. He's
So-
ready.
So I said Christmas is too far away, so I wanted to apologize if I made anyone have to think about Christmas in September. That's not cool of me. I shouldn't have tried to beat everyone to it just because they try to beat me to it every year. That's not cool. However, it is September now.
Turn off his camera.
So,
Turn off
I
his
think we
camera.
all
Turn
need
off
to
his
get
camera, Scott.
No.
into the hollow.
No. He started. Yeah, I was just gonna say that Sinatra girl. Oh my God. Spooky, scary skeletons, shivers down your spine. I don't even know the rest of the words. I'm sorry.
So I have a cape.
You
It's a Robin
don't.
outfit.
Oh my God.
Because I'm the best sidekick Regicide's ever fucking seen.
Shut the fuck.
Oh wait, Cat, you laying on my fucking earphone cord.
Great redirect. Yeah,
My cat's crawling around on the ground.
God.
Your cat's trying to be
It's so
Robin's
good.
sidekick.
It's so good.
I can't pull my head. I would show you, but I don't want to have to move
What
the
are
camera.
you talking about? You're the main character.
No.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Scott,
I'm the off-screen guy.
That effect is literally messing with my eyes really bad.
What are you talking about?
Scott, say your background is something spooky.
Something spooky is in my back.
Nope.
Scott, if you didn't want to play D&D today, you could have told us before we all showed up.
No, I'm good. I'm switching my background for Tyler, and then we can keep going.
Let's
Okay,
get back
that's
to the
cool.
action.
It
Ba-dum-bum.
literally is making my eyes, because I have a partial, like a weird lazy eye that occasionally comes out, and the background's making it do it.
Hold on. This one's a more appropriate background for Regicide because they just destroy shit where they go.
I was gonna say
What
it
is
should
it?
be like a pile of ashes because we burned fucking everything to the ground.
Hey, this is
so-
my new favorite combo, so we'll just do this.
Okay, that works,
Alright.
I suppose.
I feel it's a little misleading to people who might just be joining the stream for the first time. They might get the opposite opinion of what everyone else thinks here.
I mean, the tag does legit say evil, so you know it's all good.
It says evil. It's true.
What have we done other than kill some people?
Elijah's fine. I've murdered everybody. So.
Yeah,
We've
I'm immune.
technically traveled a decent amount of distance, but didn't do much otherwise.
He's just guilty by association. That's
I'm
really
still
all
waiting
that it
for
is.
some serious emotional RP.
Listen, if you just was in the same town as them, we could have gotten it started instead of two separate travel sequences.
He's all like, roll
could've been-
better.
It could have been. All right, you guys are there, and then you're there. All right. So, anyways,
It's fine.
let's pull it back to Zatish.
feelings.
Let's pull it back to Zatish. So the two of you arrive inside Zatish, and you're going to speak with the woman that's in charge.
See,
Barbara.
Correct. Barnes. It's
Barbie.
the Commander Barnes. So when you first roll into town, it's one of those things where it's later in the day. Would you go straight to see Barbara Barnes, or would you try to hang out in the actual town area of Zatish, away from like where her offices or whatever are, and then go to see her a little bit later? Like kind of like
Rena,
maybe nap for the night, rest, take a shower in the morning, sort of thing. Go ahead, Rena.
Rena's actually following Elijah's lead here. So whatever he thinks is like the best
scary.
plan of attack, she's gonna follow whatever he thinks.
you shouldn't
Is
do
Rena
that.
hanging her head still?
I mean, yeah, like she doesn't really have a plan otherwise, so he's kind of in charge, quote unquote.
I'm the boss. All right.
So if he
Oh,
Well,
thinks
you,
we should go
you haven't
straight
been
there,
here, right?
Take
no,
off
I
your-
haven't been here at all. This
Yeah.
is my first
Where's
time.
my Batman outfit? Cat, get the Batman outfit. He's too busy licking himself.
Yeah, you're supposed to be Batman. I'm Robin this time.
Should I take
Actually,
off the
I
cape?
think
no,
I think
Batman's a
Ophios
cape.
is Robin Carriage at the moment. So
Or I'm Starfire. Is that what it is?
wow,
Teen Titans up in here?
we just straight
Anybody?
up ignored
No?
my pun.
Nobody knows? Okay,
I guess
sorry.
I'm Beast Boy then, because I can change into different.
Oh,
Hey.
heyo. So my Starfire or Raven? I don't know. Guess we'll see.
She's so Raven.
Hey,
You're
Raven.
cyborg.
I think it's more Raven.
You're more cyborg for sure.
Cyborg, yes, 100%. Thank
You
you,
could be
thank you
Blue
guys.
Beetle.
I mean, that's
Supporting
not.
Teen
He's
Titans.
right. You do have cyborg, big burly axe bearing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're more
Sorry,
like a
guys.
cyborg. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
want to be a Starfire or a Raven. I just don't have the attitude for
No.
it.
I've never fully
You're not-
watched
you're
Teen
missing the
Titans,
energy.
just clippets. So
As
Teen
long as
Titans.
you
It's a good
watch
show, bro.
Teen Titans and not
the
Teen
best.
Titans Go, because Teen Titan Go.
No, original. I'm talking original Teen Titans here,
Yeah.
like OG.
It's
None.
Teen
two different
Titans.
genres of the name the same thing.
Messy is Beast Boy. I get that.
All right, let me turn
I
into an
100%
animal.
get that. Yes, 100%. Who's
Damn it.
Tyler? Tell me, who it is? It? He's probably Robin. 100%.
No.
Yes,
No.
he's got the
No.
attitude for Robin.
I'm not
Yes.
small and limber.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's
you got Robin's attitude.
I'm Slade.
No,
Bruh.
you're not evil.
No.
Elijah's Robin. Tyler's Cyborg. We've got conflicting answers here, dude.
All right, so we're meeting this babe,
Anyway,
this sick babe. She's got
who's-
sweet
It's
barns.
the camera's on us. Okay,
going
Elijah, you're in charge. Where are we going?
We're going to meet Barbara.
Okay, we're going to meet Barbie.
Scott, can you, when we go and arrive into town, how accepting are they of us by ourselves without Cadus? Because last time we came, we were with Cadus and we got some special treatment.
So if you're going straight, if
You
you're going to
were,
town,
not
nobody
Rena.
seems to notice anything whatsoever. But if you're going to over near the offices, where like the area where the military actually has like its training camp, and she's actually in charge, and so on and so forth. Well, that's a different conversation. Now, you said when you come into town, you're like, it's kind of one of those things. She's like, what do you want to do? And he's like, do you want to just get it done? And she's like, fine. And so you guys head straight over to there. When you first come walking in, nobody seems to know who the two of you are. It's not like either of you directly stand out as individuals. It's not like there's huge posters everywhere of Rena or something like that. You know what I mean? And even so, those posters would depict somebody who's happy with friends, not this sad, sorry little
broken, half wearing armor incorrectly lady.
No friends.
Well, to be fair, she never had friends.
Just
Oh.
Elijah.
Oh, I got two for you. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, she had friends, then she had bangs, and it was one or the other.
Oh, so you're making it personal now. Is that what we're doing?
Rena, I remained friends with you throughout thick and thin.
I like how Tyler's over here like, I had nothing to do with this.
Tyler's
I
like,
don't know, Rena, ever
I'm
since
a
we all got
kind
older.
person and accept them for their flaws, no matter how far they fall into their face.
Shut the Look, Tyler and Missy are excluded from this, but Scott and I.
That's funny.
Sorry.
Scott's fucking funny sometimes, guys. Sometimes.
All right.
Sometimes he blocks my camera for Tom.
So if there are
dressing up
no
as Loper.
sessions next week, you guys know why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll get Doxy to replace you.
Just saying, yeah.
It's gonna be one of those
I'll be the
things
new
where
Scott, so.
I'm gonna like be messaging in Discord from the hospital arena and be like, oh, I thought that was a glitter bomb. Oops.
Ha ha ha! I didn't know. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't realize they used that much C4. Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
must have made it wrong.
Weird. I said only to put a little bit when I sent it to you. So,
Yikes! My mistake.
oops.
No. Oops.
At least it's Rena that's mad at me and not Doxy, because Josh simps for Doxy, not Rena, so I don't have to worry about him coming to my house. You know?
Fucking simp.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I think. God.
Josh, what the hell?
All right, so back to the actual game. You guys go walking into the place, and they don't seem to notice you. Not at first. Not when you first go walking through. As you're making your way, however, closer to the offices where there will be people of like higher rank or people whose actual job is to be security, not just happen to be soldiers in the area. That's where every once in a while you get those similar to what we experienced in Momley, little glances of whatnot going Rena's way. Like, she looks kind of familiar, and not to mention. It's not exactly he hides the fact that he's from Malta. So somebody that looks like Rita is somebody from Malta.
Yikes.
Walking towards the door definitely starts to stand out. And when you finally get to the actual building that has her offices, you can see that the guards standing in front of the door look at you and stop you and say, "Are you Rena?"
Yes.
I was told that you'd be coming with some friends, including Commander Cadus.
Cadus is indisposed.
We got separated. I imagine I'm here. I don't know if that's true.
You are, of course, right?
Okay. Awesome. Kick ass.
Indisposed in what way? He says, and you can see it looks a little bit threatening, like as you guys are, you can see he's being a little bit threatening, but he's also very closely hanging on to your words.
Indisposed is as he's not here at the moment.
He's at the gate, I believe is what it's called. Is that it? The gate? Is that Lord of the Rings?
No,
You're
No,
correct.
that's
you're
correct.
correct. He watches and says, "And you're here to meet with Commander Barnes."
If she's willing to see us.
I was told to expect you'd be arriving at some point in time.
I'm so glad we're in the right time, by the way. This is awesome.
You didn't travel through bad weather, right? No, you didn't. Yeah. I was told you'd be expected at some point in time. Why don't you come inside? There'll be a guard to your right. Hand him all of your weapons. You'll be patted before you're able to leave that chamber and let upstairs.
She's following Elijah's lead, so whatever he does, she's gonna do.
I mean, he's got weapons, but he doesn't use them. So yeah, he'll give them up. He's only got a dagger and a short sword.
That's it.
And a
Meanwhile,
multi-
she's over here unloading like X number 2. X
So
number,
he opens the
X
door
number
and
4.
it's very much like the first room that you walk into, and Elijah's been through here before, but he didn't really matter before. There's like a barred bars on your right-hand side where they have it set up that you can literally take all, like Rena said, it's that scene from, what's that movie? Like the movie with the Sinbad and the Seven Seas or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you
Yeah.
know exactly which one I'm thinking of. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's really
Okay.
good. And they're like, all right,
Yes.
we're leaving. He's like, what? Ah!
Oh, it just unloaded. Yeah, and it's like 20 weapons. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I gotcha.
I should watch that.
Mhm.
Have you never seen it? You should. But moving on.
I mean, I know the bit though. Like I've seen the bit. Just I don't know if
That's
I've seen it in Sinbad or like something referencing it.
Yeah. So anyways, Pirates of the Caribbean did it too, as Rosin's saying, but it's funnier in Sinbad.
That's probably what it
And,
was.
and
It's
Sinbad
funnier
was
in
probably
Sinbad.
years and years before Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Makes me feel like a boomer.
You are.
It's so old.
It came
I
out in
know.
2003, guys. Relax. It's
Okay,
only
cool.
17 years.
Oh
old.
my god, no. No.
I've seen every other movie that came out at the same time from
mean,
DreamWorks.
that's-
though.
that's
I
older-
saw El
that's-
Dorado.
17 years
Saw
older
Prince
than
of
Salon,
Egypt.
You
know?
saw Roll of Eldorado? That's fine.
Yeah.
He's
I
fine.
saw Joseph.
You're
King of
basically a
Dreams.
millennial there. That's fine.
No, he's not.
I've seen
I
Prince
know.
of Egypt, King of Dreams. Those are weird movies, by the way.
They are
Those
weird.
like biblical anime reenactments.
Are we going to keep playing or are we going to keep distracting us?
Anyway, go
Nessie?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So anyways, you go in there and you're taking all the supplies and you're putting them into the chamber. The person takes them, and it's one of those things where after you're done getting your supplies and whatnot, are two of you like carefully thorough to remove all your weapons, or you just kind of like haplessly hand over what you have?
Elijah's a little nervous, so he probably would be thinking about it more than normal. Even though he's only got 2 things. He
Hey,
just really doesn't want to fuck up in here.
But you also have magical supplies and whatnot, Rena.
I mean, she'll see him do that, but she's not really like that as careful as he is. She's just kind of like plopping her weapons down, like whatever. Takes it all off, sets it down. She's not, I mean, she's complying, but she's like whatever about it.
So you just plop your weapons down, doing everything as you just described. And then like, as you go to leave, to go through the other side of the door, there's another guard that's in here with you. And he pats you guys down, gives Elijah the good old pat over, probably finds like another like belt pouch of like extra reagents or whatever it is that's on him that he needs for casting spells, but clearly not trying to be hidden. It's for one of those like, oh, I missed that, you know what I mean? And then patting down Rena, maybe they find like a boot dagger or something. Maybe she forgot, whatever it is. They go over and kind of check them, put them on the counter. The guy takes them. And then he goes over and pats you guys each down one more time, searching. And I'm not going to roll anything because you straight up said you're not going to be intentionally hiding anything. And so he pats you down one more time and kind of looks past the counter and he's like, all right, they're all good. Carl, they're all good. Excuse me. Goes over the counter and looks through the counter and he's like, I guess he left. Huh. And walks back over to the door and grabs the keys and opens the door and opens it up for you guys to go inside. And you go in and they end up leading you up to her office, same as they did beforehand. It's one of those things where you sat outside the office for a little bit and then eventually somebody comes and, you know, opens the door for you and you're invited to go and sit down. I feel like my camera just started doing a bit of a lag, but that could just be me.
No, that's
I
fine.
personally don't see it.
Okay.
So as we walk in, Elijah will whisper to Rena. Oh,
That's just me
that-
resetting it. That's all.
that didn't fuck up us. Okay.
Nope.
Elijah will whisper to Rena. He'll say, let me make the demands. I'm sure she's gonna ask you about your history, but try not to bring up what we want, what we're looking for. Let me handle that.
You're in charge here. I won't say anything.
So you guys can walking in, the door opens up and you see her behind her desk. As always, she's just sitting there and doing paperwork. She kind of gives you like that one of those over the glasses looks and says, mm-hmm. And then looks down and continues doing what she's doing as the two of you walk in. She'll just kind of like gesture a little bit, like half gesture towards the seats in front of her desk for you to take a seat. As a reminder, the way her office is set up, her desk is actually a little bit elevated from the area where your seats are. And then, so obviously she's sitting up on a decent sized chair for her to be up from there. Again, as a reminder for when Rena eventually kind of goes face to face with her, if that should happen, she's actually kind of a shorter woman. She's standing at, I think it was like 5'1" or something like that. So she's not the most impressive in size. On the desk, on the front right-hand side, from your perspective, the front left-hand side of the desk, there is a skull of a Perrin just sitting there on the desk. She finishes doing a minute of you hearing that like quill on parchment sounds as she's scribbling and maybe a little bit of shuffling of papers, whatever it is she's doing. And she's kind of like finishing up what she's doing and eventually puts the paper down. And then she puts the ink back in the like, little container next to the inkwell and looks up at you. You've made your way back.
Yes, I'm sure you were expecting us to be with Cadus. I apologize for coming without him.
Apologies don't exactly supplement his presence. An explanation to start.
Well, I know, you told me. Rena and Ophios were sent to the gate. And when we met up with Cadus and got them out, he heard about what was going on there and wanted to investigate it for himself. It's been some time since then. We haven't seen him since he left us there. That being said, we did complete our mission, and we're reporting back.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Rena stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
I'm not lying.
I didn't say you were lying. You're trying to be persuasive.
Am I?
You want to lock it or no?
Yeah, sure. Do I have luck? Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, 11. Thank you, chat, for the luck.
Okay. So you say this to her, and she goes, "You expect me to believe that Cadus just up and left you for the gate? He went to the gate to retrieve you, and then decided to stay."
Rena, you talked to him more than I did. Am I missing something?
She shakes her head.
I don't know if you've been properly introduced. This is
I know who it is.
Oh. Right.
Where's the other one?
Gone.
Did he decide it was fun to stay at the gates as well?
No.
He
Fled, then, I imagine, considering
Died.
his kind. Excuse me?
Rena, he perished in combat with Do you have his head still?
A convenient loss of evidence.
She'll reach in the bag and take out the head of Kudan.
Okay.
And actually, she'll actually toss it onto her desk pretty haphazardly.
Why would you do that?
She looks at it as it rolls across the desk. It has an odor to it, clearly. And she goes, "The head of a bugbear? Is this supposed to be Ophios? I thought he was a snake."
The hunter that killed him.
Am I
It's
supposed to
Udon,
add
he
it to
said.
am I supposed to add your concerns to my collection? She says, gesturing towards the parent head to the side.
She'll shake her head and just say no. Simply proof. And
You
take
can
the
ask
head
him
back.
if you want.
So, with a puddle of blood still sitting on the desk, she
I
looks down
imagine
at
it's
it.
lost all its blood by now.
I mean, coagulated, goopy stuff, just kind of like with the force of hitting the table, it's kind of like goops out. Like that small amount of jam at the bottom of the jar that you should have taken out of the fridge like probably a few months ago. Like, and it's like, you know, like.
Okay. Congealed blood. Great.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, you, yeah, when you are thrown on the table, and so and as you pull it off, she looks down disappointedly at the what's it called that you have there, the goop or the mess that you had left behind on the little desk that's there. I don't know why my camera's being out of focus. It's weird, but so at the little goop or mess that you have there, and she looks down disappointed at it, and then looks up at you and says, "I'm trying to get your logic straight. You come here alone, without Cadus, without Ophios, claiming that Cadus decided that it was a good idea for him to spend time at the gate, and that Ophios is conveniently dead. You bring a head of some random bugbear, throw it onto my desk, and expect that to be a degree of proof for your actions. And your, well, I suppose, lack of proof for these actions.
I don't expect you to believe anything that I say.
And he'll shoot Rena a glance. It's like, hey, relax, like a, and he'll
Yeah, I mean, if she saw that, she'd back down a little bit, but wait for him
Probably
to say something.
sigh.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could meet with the contact that can reanimate the dead enough to have a conversation with.
With who?
All right, cards on the table. I don't remember who has the skull of the Perrin, or of the Loper.
I believe,
Ophios did, but I have it.
yeah, so it would be in Rena's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rena, do you want to show her what we
I could.
retrieved
Is
from
it-
the temple?
I'd rifle through.
She says,
Was it the
is it
haversack?
another head?
It is.
Hmm.
This one you might find a little more interesting.
I'd hand it to Elijah.
This one's been properly cleaned, I think, right?
It was the one.
Oh,
we
no,
had to
you guys
pry
didn't
off
clean it, did
there
you?
was, like,
No, I
bones
mean
and
this was
whatnot.
from the temple.
It was.
So we just
it was a
took it.
skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it was
petrified
already-
or whatnot.
It was already petrified.
It was already dead. Yeah.
It was already
that's
dead.
right. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
This
That's
has been dead for a while.
It was
Yeah.
a skeleton.
It wasn't
awesome.
like newly dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been like, yeah.
I was like, it's actually a trick to getting like skulls clean and whatnot. You can boil away certain parts of it, and then you actually leave it over near like a pretty decent size like ant mound, and they'll consume most of the
Why do
flesh
you
off
know
of
that?
Because you want to preserve it. You know, you don't want to like carry around like a rotting face. Like that's gross.
I mean, have you ever like tried to keep like a skull of an animal you found? No.
No.
Just weird that Scott knows this. Well, not really. All right, so
But
he would
Tyler
he
knows
would
that.
I
gently
do.
place the skull,
I have a neighbor
On the
that was
table.
a taxidermist, so I know.
Okay, all right.
gently place the skull on the table,
Okay.
outside of the puddle that was left.
Okay. So you place the skull on the table. She looks at it and says, "Ah, the ever elusive Lopers. I imagine this is supposed to be impressive, like the snake man that isn't here. This Loper skull that you have here. How do I know this isn't a magically transmuted skull of something else, human, Perrin, or otherwise?"
You have the molten tool. You should be able to wave the thingy and it'll not beep or whatever. I don't know how it works. You have a tool for this specifically that you used last time I was here.
She's giving you shit. She says,
Okay.
"You said you wanted to speak to this thing.
Yes.
What are you
It
hoping
was
to
in
do?"
it. May I, or would you like to continue?
Go on, Elijah.
We found a temple that existed in a time outside of our own, in the same space as its own ruins. We found a way to get inside, and time there didn't work properly. Days could pass in seconds. And while we were there, we found many corpses of Lopers. It seemed to be a place that they were raised, perhaps trained in some art, perhaps religious ceremonies. And at the top, we found a man who was being torn apart and imaged, and re-imaged every few seconds. We pulled him off, and he died. His last words were, "Time needs a guide." Regardless, you can tell now I have gray hairs. It sucks, by the way. And we've all aged by years from our few-week trip, or month trip, whatever it may be. I don't need you to believe me. You could ask him. Skull. Hopefully we can find out what that temple was for.
So we're to cast a spell on the skull in the hopes that it's some form of alien creature, in the hope that it gives us answers. Rena, anything else you'd like to add to this?
Nothing you'd be particularly interested to hear.
She gives you a look, she gives you like a unimpressed or unamused kind of look. You know what I mean? And then she says, I can have it arranged. You came back here. Is it simply because I have the ability to provide this service for you?
You know, we're both after the same thing. I don't know why you were acting like we're enemies all of a sudden. We were
Because we were
tasked by you
enemies to
do
begin
this.
with, Elijah.
This
And because
goes
the
beyond
person that
us.
was tasked to watch you is not here with you, Elijah.
I hope he's okay. I haven't heard from him since we left him.
Roll a persuasion.
Fuck. God.
She's gonna interject before she says something and say,
Was that there the whole time? Let's just screw that up.
she's gonna say, look, I know you trust Cadus. And I don't know how much my word actually, or how much weight my word actually carries, but
Little to none, but go on.
I trained with Cadus as he prepared to be part of the Paradel military. I know he's loyal to them. And I know that whatever intentions he might have, he wouldn't go back on his word, whatever that may have been. And I would take our sign of showing up as good faith in his promise to you.
I will speak to the skull.
She'll nod.
The two of you can stay as guests in the barracks. I'm sure you'll find a degree of comfort there.
She nods again and looks to Elijah.
I hope I'm not asking for too much, but I would like to be present during the questioning.
If it is decided that you're not lying, then you can be there when the spell is cast again. But I would like to verify, without being concerned as to whether or not you're tampering with what it is I'm trying to verify.
Well, can't say it's exactly what we wanted, but it's probably the best we've been treated by Paradel military, so I'll take it.
Good.
Is there anything I can pick up off of her during this? Can I do an insight check?
You most certainly can.
All right.
What are you looking for?
Just wondering.
Oh.
What do I notice?
Oh my god, you cheated.
That was choppy as hell. It was like
Yeah.
rolling,
Yeah,
and I
that's-
think you need a
you cheated.
re-roll. I think you need a
No,
re-roll.
want
absolutely
to have
not.
something on my screen.
Absolutely not. Nope. What do I notice?
Chat, does she have to re-roll? Can we get a hype train to re-roll? Is that something we can do?
No.
Hype train to
Mm-mm.
re-roll? I want her to
No.
lose initiative.
For that.
No, no,
lose
no.
initiative?
What do I pick up?
All right, hands up for re-roll. Can I get one? Can I get a hand up?
Absolutely not.
Can I get a
No.
hand up? Oh, look at
I
that!
see a
Another
couple of
hand.
Look at that.
No's.
No.
Can I get a third
No,
one?
there's 3 no's there. That's 3 no's.
Okay.
That's 4 no's, 5 no's.
Technically,
absolutely
it's six no's if we're just counting hands.
That's exactly right.
All right. So, anyways,
Oh, I noticed, Scott.
you notice that she's obviously she's being deliberate. She's being like her eyes squinted. She's being deliberate. She's being cruel to you. She's intentionally being cruel to you. There's no question about that in your mind. The question is, why is she being intentionally cruel to you? Well, you've been told, right? There's this a person that trained her, the person that she looked up to. Their skull is literally on the table. She's looking to hunt you down and kill you for what it is that you have done wrong, so on and so forth, right? And then you're sitting here before her, threw a fucking head on her desk, claiming all this stuff. She's on the brim of wanting to kill you, is what you would expect to get off of her, and what you do get off of her. Something tells you there's a little bit more to it behind that, though. Like, either there's an ulterior motive to this, or I don't know, there's something else. You just can't quite pick up what it is.
With my 22.
A 22 is not like breaky high, but a natty is.
All right.
So,
Well, it is a crit because we crit.
correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we leave, when about would you expect this ritual to take place? How long would we be present in your camp for?
How long? By tomorrow evening, you will either find yourself in this office or at the gallows for your actions.
Oh, good. So tomorrow evening. That's good turnaround. That was out of character. Just
Okay, I was like, that was quippy for
I was like,
She says, unless, of course, Rena chooses to flee from her problems again. I know the Paradel can be quite the intimidating force for you.
Rena and I are very confident amidst your men. We're not worried.
Perhaps I'll be surprised.
I hope not.
You can leave, but before you do so, Rena, there is a cloth over by the bar. Usually it's for wiping up spills of ice and whatnot. Perhaps you can use that to clean up your mess before you go.
she'll stand up.
She about to flip a coin whether or not she freaks out.
Thinking about it.
Whatever you think she would do, and if you want to.
I know, that's the problem. I know. I know.
Don't leave it to chance. Play Rena.
I know. Okay. All right. She would say, I hardly think a little blood would bother you.
Oh, the blood doesn't bother me. However, this mess on this desk certainly could leave a stain, and I don't like it when valuable things are needlessly harmed.
Well, it's not really my desk.
But it is your mess, and I've been cleaning up after your mess for some time. Perhaps we draw the line here, Rena.
That's what it takes. Me cleaning up your desk.
She crosses her arms and leans back.
She'll actually just go to leave.
Does she just leave?
Mm-hmm.
What does Elijah do when she leaves? And when does he do it?
stays.
Before she leaves? After? So he just straight up stays for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So she gets up, that plays out, and then she just walks out the door. Rena, do you shut it behind you, snap it behind you, slam it behind you, leave it ajar? Like, what do you do?
She walks out calmly. Leaves it
You
as
close
it is.
it. Like, do you close the door behind you, or you just
It's
leave
not-
it open?
So
Is
it's like
it a door?
2/3 open, sort of. Yeah, it's a door. So it's like 2/3
Oh,
open,
okay.
sort of a thing, or.
Yeah, she's not going to close it, slam it, or anything. She's just going to walk out and kind of push it a bit. She's not going to be dramatic about it. She's just going to walk out.
And what does Elijah do? She's
looks
just like
back at the
looking at the
commander.
opening doorway at this moment, unless you say or do something, or unless you do nothing, then I'll react.
He'll turn to the commander and say, "I'm sorry about her. She's still upset over the death of a friend. She hasn't been herself lately. I can get that mess for you if it's a problem."
Considering herself leads to the death of innocents, countless in number, I suppose her mourning the death of another terrorist is for the better of us all. Cleaning up her mess for her. From what I understand, that's what all of her allies do. Do you intend to fall with her as well, Elijah? Considering Yondas and Ophios both seem to have? What about the others? I imagine Laszlo and Vance are still suffering fates for having aligned themselves with her. Are there other names that I'm forgetting?
You know what's strange is all these names perished on their own volition. You didn't ask them to die for her. Certainly, she doesn't forget them.
Some people don't need to ask. Some people have a degree of command or charisma that leads people to offer, so they don't have to ask. Surely, somebody trained as well as you are would see such a thing, Elijah?
As she's talking, he'll go grab the rag and bring it over to her desk, and he'll kind of like lean across it and start wiping the mess. And he'll look at her while he's wiping and say, "I'm smart enough to know. I don't think she's gonna be on the end of a sword anytime soon."
Tomorrow evening.
See you at the gallows. No, have a good night, whatever time of day it is.
Okay. Where do you leave the rag? Do you go just kind of like put it back where it was?
I'd probably find a trash can.
Yeah.
There's no saving this rag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like throwing it out of a barrel or whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. You
And I'll shut the door behind me when I leave. Yeah.
I
Probably.
imagine it's not like a super gentle, but just like a normal shutting of the door behind you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Rena wait for him, or did she straight up walk out?
Just gotta get her weapons.
She walked a little bit away. Yeah, she got her weapons and just kind of waited outside. I mean,
So
she
when you went
wasn't
down
so
to get your
far away.
weapons, when you went down to get your weapons, actually, it's funny because like the same guy that led you there, he
Yeah.
well, leads you down with. He's like, actually hold like halfway down. He's like, actually hold up. We have to wait for your friend here. And when
And
he
she would
sees
wait.
when he sees Elijah coming around the corner, he like nods and you can keep walking ahead. I imagine you probably could walk down and he hits the door and he meets you down there. When you finally go into the room, you're standing there.
Mhm.
You're the only one in the room looking around. There's nobody around or anything like that. He eventually comes walking in moments after that, Elijah. I don't know if the two of you exchange words, but he goes over and looks through the doorway. Do the two of you exchange looks, words, anything?
She would look at Elijah and just say, "I'm sorry."
This isn't the place to do that, Rena. You need to be very careful.
Yeah, well, that was just for you, so
That was what?
just for you.
You did that for me? You
No, the
stormed out of the room for me?
Apology.
Oh, okay. Well, the good news is I don't think Commander Barnes expects one.
I don't have one for her.
I know. Man, this guy's taking a long time getting our weapons.
Hey, guys, like, I know, Carl. Where the hell did you go? If you even went to go take a piss, he'd be back by now, you'd expect, right? And he's like looking back there. He's like, I'm gonna head around and see if I can go and see if I can go find. I'll get your shit for you. He says, and he actually goes and uses his key and opens the gate and goes around the other side. He's like, yeah, he's not back here. And starts grabbing up your stuff. And he's like, what did we take again? And he's like putting stuff up there on the counter. Oh yeah, this one too, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And
She'll just take her steaks like one by one, like slowly putting them back in her sheaths and whatever.
He goes, usually
Is
Carl,
anything missing, Daelric?
he goes, usually Carl would look over this stuff to see if anything was contraband to be kept here. But truth be told, I don't know how he figures that out, and everything's just still sitting in the same pile it was put in originally. So I hope whatever he's doing was important. I guess it's all good to come back, and hands it all back to you.
This is a Paradel military camp, right?
Yeah.
So, Carl, whoever this soldier is, you just let them leave their stations and wander the barracks?
He stops because he's like been friendly or whatever at the up until this point. He stops and looks at you and goes, "Excuse me, a Maltese scum? Are you questioning what the hell is going on here?"
I was under the impression that the Paradel was a well-oiled military machine, but you confiscated our weapons and left them in a pile while the man guarding them left.
Did he had handed me back a weapon or two before?
He would have handed back all of them, yeah.
If I had something, I would have pointed an axe at him and been like, "Hey, scum."
Oh no, it's fine. I've heard it.
He says, yeah, he's actually behind the cage, so he's actually perfectly safe and can be as ballsy as he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Unless magic is thrown, you know.
She just feel like, I don't really think that was necessary.
Irina,
Just get the
it's
weapons.
fine. Truth, we have them now.
Puts a hand on them, scoops them back.
Yeah, she just grabs them, hands them to him, and then like watches them as they like walk out or whatever.
Now, this Carl, I don't mean to pry in your business, but you know, is he okay?
He shakes his head. He goes, "Fucking Maltese must be so daft. Like he didn't see what happened." He opens up the gate, closes it, opens up the other gate, closes it, and then comes back around. So he's on your side. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna show you where you're sleeping tonight." And then like gives you guys like you pissed off the wrong person kind of look, and then walks out the door to lead you guys to the barracks where you guys are gonna be spending the night.
Can't wait to
The
see
barracks?
where. Yeah,
Like
while
as
we're
like a
walking,
tent
he'll-
or whatever with other like Paradel military. Is
No
that right?
tents. It's structured.
It's a
That's-
structure. Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I don't know why I'm imagining a campsite.
We are bunk beds with some Paradel military.
with
guys,
Paradel
though, right?
military.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm,
Yep.
So,
Okay.
what was your name, sir?
He just
Pick
says,
some up.
you can call me fuck off.
Will. Fuck off.
She's like, cool. Walks away.
I hope that everything's good. For the 24 hours or so it'll take
You
for
gonna
me to
stop
see Commander
talking?
Barnes again. Just wanted you to know that I am seeing Commander Barnes tomorrow evening, and you know, just want to make sure Carl's okay for tomorrow.
He stops and looks back and says, "What did you do?"
I was hoping to chat with you.
What did you do? Listen,
Carl?
you're a Maltese. You got magic.
Yes.
I get that. Shit was fine until you went there. What did you do to Carl? What, did he touch some sort of a Maltese item? Turned him into a frog or something? Bounced
Oh, I
out of
hope
there?
not.
What did you do to him?
Listen, fuck off. I'm actually very concerned about Carl.
You definitely did something wrong. He draws his sword. Again, it's the middle of a camp, so him drawing his sword got other people's attention. And he says, "What did you do?"
Perhaps I teased you too much. Do you really fear the Maltese as if there's some sort of spectral wizards? Listen, I don't know Carl. I don't know who I handed my weapons to. I don't know who took them. And no one was there when I looked. So, you tell me what happened to Carl.
Yeah, you're overly concerned about Carl, which means either you did something and you're teasing or you're just an ass.
You're Paradale, correct?
You're very intelligent.
I'm a Maltese, correct?
Oh boy, this is gonna take us a while.
I'm just stating that there is some bad blood between us. There's a predisposition, correct?
Which is why you did something to Carl.
I'm teasing you. Fuck off. I promise.
I knew exactly where the two of you were sleeping tonight. This way.
Can't wait to see it.
So he actually brings you over to one of the barracks that they have, and he leads you to the back of the barracks, where there's a couple of bunks that happen to be sitting there. They're empty. He goes, that one there, top and bottom. You choose which.
Now? In front of you?
You gotta put your shit down.
I think he would just put his bag down next to the bottom bed, like leaning against it, like whatever. Were you going to show us more, or?
Well, once you get yourself nice and situated, I'm gonna go bring you to your work. This barracks is for the workers.
Is Rena okay with this? Is she not gonna say anything?
No,
Is
she's
like,
not.
just
She
letting
looks
me dig
pissed.
this
But
hole?
like, she's just waiting for him to say more. But if Elijah doesn't say anything, she would say, what do the workers do exactly?
Oh, they get the labor-intensive stuff going on. They're the ones that have to set up and break down the training areas, sharpen the blades, have to keep the whole area running smooth, work the kitchens. So honestly, Rena, this sounds like a dream, considering what you had to go through inside the gate. You're like,
Right, she's all like, "That's it? Are you kidding? Is that it?
I have to
Oh,
mow
at
the
the
lawn and
smithing
clean the
area?
bathroom.
Oh, really? You mean I don't have to sit outside or drag my cellmate's dead body around? Oh, okay. That's fine. Whatever, I guess. Oh, shit, that sounds bad. Never mind. That's fine. It's fine.
My favorite part is
Oh.
like, oh, sharpen the blades. Rena's like, all right.
She's
I'll
like,
go
darn.
It's
Darn.
like, 91. Oh,
Oh,
I
God.
just ruined your weapons.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about it.
Oh, so you're an IT guy? Well, I want you to fix all of our computers.
Sure.
I like doing
And
that,
before
so-
you ask, I already did power cycle. What?
Oh, damn.
Microsoft Word is an opening.
Yeah. yeah. It's like the easiest shit. She'll just be like, she's just gonna act like, okay.
That'll take me probably 80 hours, so I'll just be
Honestly,
there
she's just trying to get him to leave at that point.
To be clear, I always remind everybody that during work from home time when everything was shut down, I had to explain to somebody what a URL bar was.
Now I remember that. I remember that.
I had a
Didn't get it. They thought it was a Google search bar.
yeah.
I couldn't explain. I had to show. I had them send pictures. And they didn't even. They took the picture so wrong. The URL bar wasn't even in the picture. So I had to like send them pictures and circle it and stuff. But anyways, so
Oh.
I dealt with a boomer the
lately
other
have
day.
been dealing with people not knowing embedding.
Oh, dude.
I mean, embedding is a much more complex
Right,
topic.
Yeah.
But we're
But
talking about somebody who worked.
Bro.
I can't really explain much of it.
yeah.
I,
What are you saying?
I had to deal with a boomer who thought the only way to access the internet was to click links through his email. I'm not kidding. That was the only way he knew how to browse sites. He bookmarked emails that had links in them to like google.com and stuff because he thought that was the only way to get to them.
Oh.
I want to be in the
Redirect.
person's, I want to be in the person's head as they like realize how big the internet is.
How
Bro,
do they
Oh my God.
open their email?
Yeah, he knew how to open Outlook. His desktop though was just PDFs. The whole thing was just PDFs. Like, I'm not kidding. Every single tile that could be taken up on his desktop screen was taken up by a PDF.
I hate like so I have 4 monitors, right? On one of my monitors, on the far left-hand corner, I have 3 full rows of icons. Those are my only icons in the entire monitors, and most of those are quickly saved pictures. Like when Rena wasn't here last week, and I just quickly downloaded a picture of Rena. Rena's on my desktop right there. Like that's like I have another image of a different
clean.
version of Daddy's Dungeon, just because I need to delete them. You know, like, and to me that's too many. Like I need to crop it. I need to clean up. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love working in IT. It's so easy. Until it's not. Then it sucks.
Anyways,
Anyway.
so back
Okay,
to the
did
game.
the guard leave or he's still
Oh,
there?
he brings you to the tasks that you guys have to do, and honestly, it's
What time of day is it right now?
like I said, when you first got there, it was like midday or whatever, so
Ugh,
or
okay.
a little bit later. So you do
Okay.
some shit, whatever it is.
Whatever, she'll do it. It's fine.
And
She'll
then
do
you-
Elijah's work too if he doesn't want to do it.
Elijah's the slacker; she picks up the slack.
No, 100%. If he doesn't want to do it, she'll do it.
Do they have a library here?
This is Rena's ability to
Not that you can get
avoid
to.
her emotions. She puts
they have
it into the
mages?
work.
Not that you can get to.
What, I can't... I'm a diplomat.
Yeah, no.
They're gonna stop me?
And then in the evening when it's time for you guys to crash in the bunk, they definitely had in the back of the barracks here, the people they had put over here where there's like the least amount of airflow and stuff like that, is the dude that like rips nasty gas all night long. So it's one of those things where it's like, this guy's being petty and just like put us in the area with like the stinky dude in the barracks. Like this, it's annoying, but at the same time, you like Rena's sitting there like, I carried around my dead cellmate. Okay, like I'm gonna be monkey
I
caged
lived
an
in the
hour.
toilet.
That's cabbage. That
It's
is
not.
definitely
It could be
cabbage.
worse. But also, wait, no, though. Like, if they were gonna go to, like, how many other people are? It's like 2 bunks or whatever, or what? How many
Yeah, it's
people
like
are
a
in this same
bunk on top.
barracks?
Probably a significant number of bunks.
It is a
Like
lot
a
of,
several
lot of-
bunks?
yeah, it is a lot of
Oh.
bunks. Yeah. So anyways, it's an inconvenience. It's stinky. It doesn't really matter. It's one of those
No.
things where Elijah's
Don't care.
a little put off and Rena's like, really?
Well,
Could be worse.
honestly, if he was like snoring or some shit, I'd probably just put up some ice walls.
Oh, that's not okay. You start putting up ice
not?
walls because, so you're like, oh, this is so annoying. And you start like throwing up ice walls. Legit, the barracks reacts and is very quickly is about to become a big fight. It's one of those
Okay.
things where you're like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't. They're like, what are you doing? Like, did you try to kill us?
Are you not sweating?
It just doesn't go over well, as these people clearly aren't trained to understand what magic is or how to fight with magic and so on and so forth, because they probably don't typically deal with mages or magical users or so on and so forth, which makes sense. It's a Tish, it's Vala. There's not really much of that you have to deal with here, right? Anyways.
Things
moving
are
on.
super uneasy through the night. She will not stay in there.
Yeah.
She'll actually leave
I mean,
the barracks and
so
sleep
the fun part
like,
about
outside.
the funny part about being the back end of the barracks is if she tries to leave, some light sleep or whatever's gonna be like, hey, you can't go out there.
Oh, really? You gonna stop me?
Absolutely, yeah.
Go ahead and try. Go
He
ahead.
goes, I know who you are. I'll just wake everybody else up.
Yeah, you. Oh, so you can't stop me yourself? Is that what you're saying?
You got
You too scared?
you got a reputation, and I got a family.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So let me go then. I'm
Um,
not leaving. I'm just going outside.
I also have orders.
Orders for what?
Motherfucker, could you please just stop making life difficult? Just get back to bed.
If you'd let me go outside, this wouldn't have to be difficult.
It's like, oh my god. It's like if that cat wasn't bad enough, I gotta deal with this cattiness.
Do you want
Go
to
to
say
bed.
anything?
Forget you saw anything, and I'll be
He starts
back
like
in the
rapping
morning.
on the other bunks. Gotta make this shit difficult. And starts like waking them
She's
up.
gonna slip out before they do.
They start,
my
I
God.
mean, again, it's one of those things where I hate to be petty, but they have orders that you guys are prisoners being kept inside of barracks.
Oh,
It-
we
it
weren't
beca-
told that, so
I mean, they know.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a violent situation if it has to.
Is the bathroom outside?
I mean, you have to remember, you killed their friends.
they killed mine. So
No,
Is the
they
bathroom
didn't.
outside?
well, my family anyway.
You,
Is the
you say,
bathroom outside?
yeah. So Elijah kind of calls out, "Isn't the bathroom outside?" One of them's like, "Yeah, man, you just pissed on the ground."
So why can't Rena go outside to piss on the ground? I don't understand. The guard have to watch her do everything?
I mean, what the guy kind of looks a little embarrassed that's like, oh, maybe that is just what she was doing. To be fair, she was also being difficult about it. And so
she's being a real.
He's
Karen
giving
right
me
now.
attitude first, so like, man.
Hey,
Maybe I'm just trying to do my business. Like,
maybe
damn,
it's
leave me
also
alone.
that time of the month. Like, she doesn't want to deal with
Okay.
that.
You want to
shit.
talk about
Gotta
it?
go.
You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
This female guard's in here too, and so they say.
Oh, how inclusive.
Yeah, well, that's the Paradise military is the
Continue.
ultra inclusive. So, anyways,
continue, please.
by law of their religion, so they say, well, you're not going anywhere unwatched, and they will send some of the soldiers to go with you. Yeah, she is
Fine.
Karen, right? She is Karen. I want to go outside. I want to talk to your manager. I want to talk to your manager.
Dude, no, Paradise suck, okay?
No, you get customer service on the phone now.
No. Okay, fine. She's like, fine, whatever. She'll go outside, do her business, and come back in. It's whatever. It's fine.
She didn't even want to go outside to pee, but now she's like forced to pee.
Yeah, she's like gonna do it. Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Just don't look.
Fine. Fine, she goes, yeah.
She doesn't do a good job of endearing herself to the Paradise military.
Absolutely not. She's not even trying.
So eventually you go back inside and you're stuck in the stinky part of the barracks, annoyed, probably not able to sleep very easily. The two of you like, tomorrow we might die and this sucks. Anyways, elsewhere in Zatishk, it's late at night. Ophios finally finds his way in because, he went the quick route, the long way, and
Like
got
going
lost
the wrong
and chased.
direction.
Yep. And he finally comes into town. It's in the middle of night. At least you're in Zatishk. Where does he go to crash?
Honestly, he doesn't have any money, so he's not gonna approach an inn or anything. So he's probably gonna find some dark, warmish area to nestle in outside of a building or something like that. Basically turning into a snake inside his clothes and letting the clothes lay over top of him to keep him warm.
Okay. And so this is going to be like just outside of Zatishk's town, so that you don't get noticed, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you do that. Morning comes around. And then Ophios is up in the morning. Where does he go? What does he do?
He'll probably walk into town and try and carefully ask if anybody has seen Rena or Elijah.
Okay. That's going to be very difficult to do because you have to be like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking full on. I don't know. I don't really have a thing I can work with here. I'll have to use this as an example. Hold on.
Like
Let me just grab my what's it
like
called?
this.
This is my mouse pad.
My hair is my hood.
Hayes, have you seen Elijah's?
Hey.
Or
He
is
doesn't have that
Serena's?
voice. He doesn't have that voice when he don't want to, bruh.
The Elijah's and Serena's.
to.
Have you seen them? I don't know where they are. Where's in the world
I
are
haven't
they?
seen them. I don't know where they are. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. Okay. You know what he
It's
does?
our wedding day.
He puts on a disguise. Here it is. You ready?
Yeah. Are you gonna?
I knew it was a little mustache. I knew it was gonna be something like that.
Yes. Yes. I'm looking for the arenas.
Like, oh, the arena? You want to go battle?
That sounds fun. Where is it? I mean, snows.
Anyway, so you go looking for arena and whatnot, making sure, of course, that nobody can find you.
I'm looking for Irene.
Very well
Okay.
disguised.
I just approach somebody
Mm-hmm.
in town and basically say, "Have you seen a large woman with multiple axes? Large muscular woman." Gosh,
I've seen a
darn
lot of large women. Why do you ask?
Lady?
it. Not Rena.
Oh,
no,
the brothels
that's
that
not
way.
what I mean.
Tyler, that was brilliant. I'm so glad that's how you reference Rena. You know, you are.
I'm sorry, what?
A large muscular warrior woman.
A large what?
That's not.
Uh-huh. See,
you
Josh
fucked
saving you in the comments.
All right, Ophios, on the couch. You know the
She
drill.
thick.
Cause she thick. Come on. So he
fine.
would simply say, have you seen a man in all a Maltese clothing and a woman bearing a large axe come through town recently?
You are going to have to roll deception to try to hide who you are.
Okay.
Not by
Fuck it
voice,
up.
obviously.
Here's your shovel, Tyler. Get digging.
I am technically trying to pass myself off as a different person because I'm not trying to be me.
I understand that.
So by actor, I should have advantage, correct?
Oh, yeah, then yes.
Hey, it's me, Johnny Depp.
Hey, doubles!
You go, oh, wait, so you have the actor ability?
Yeah. Where doth thou, Rena, be?
Mamma
Have you
mia.
seen thy Maltese?
I'm looking for Rena, Shay. Can you find her? Hey, can you find the Rena? That's so
I'm
funny.
having way too much fun with this.
Yeah, have you seen this person? Nah.
So you go looking for Rena, and honestly, you do a pretty good job of being able to keep yourself from being noticed for what you are. You keep the cloak pulled over your head, speaking to the right people at the right time, trying to make it so it's not too obvious what it is that you're doing. You can roll me a perception check, by the way, but they do inform you that actually they did roll into town. Do you think sometime yesterday they came into town and they head over towards the barracks to see things? Anyways, at one point in time, you go and you're talking to somebody, they give you this kind of an answer, and you're like, all right, cool. And you turn around to start heading away, and then you like look back to say thanks. That was weird. Yeah, they must have gone inside the house that they were standing outside of. They just kind of went away
What's
pretty quickly.
happening?
They disappeared?
Yeah, I mean, they must have left pretty quickly. I mean, you should be fair.
First
You
it was
turned around for
cold.
like 3 or 4 seconds or whatever it was. So they could have just like walked around the corner, and then like by the time you look back around the corner, they were gone. So it was like, oh, that was weird. It's not like you're gonna invest your time into looking for a random person that was just like, oh, I just didn't hear or see them walk away, but it was weird. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, they're in town. They definitely came into town yesterday, last night, 2 days ago, somewhere in that time frame. Yeah, they came into town.
Did they direct me to where they went? Because he would have followed up with like where'd they go, that sort of stuff.
I mean, they went to what's her name? To the military encampment.
Correct.
Mhm.
Ophios would think for a second and be like, I can't risk going in there. And so he's going to basically find a place where he can watch the camp without necessarily being seen, being hidden for the most part.
Okay, cool. The next day, you guys aren't allowed to leave the barracks, and they're not doing work. You're just stuck there. Your one task: clean the barracks. That's your only task. Once it's done, you don't really have to do anything.
Oh, that's easy. Sweep, mop,
Yeah,
fluff the pillows.
make the bed, so on and so forth.
Any RP or no, Elijah?
No.
Okay.
She's like, good. I'm going back to my sandwich.
No.
pizza, bro.
Pizza.
I had my pizza earlier. It was yummy.
Sandwich? That's kind of cringe. We don't eat sandwiches in the stream.
My,
Dude. I'm just kidding.
mine was the Red Baron 4 or 5 cheese pizza, and I put mesquite seasoning on top with I take frozen broccoli and I microwave it so it's not frozen anymore, and I wring it out really hard to get rid of all the extra juice so it's not soggy pizza. And I put it on top, and then I sprinkle paprika on top of that, and it was
Nice.
yummy. Yeah,
He gets artisan up in this bitch.
yeah, you got extra flavor, you know.
Wood-fired pizza? Why is he gonna find a job now?
So
Okay,
anyways,
no RP, so day passes by.
Yep, day passes by, exactly. And later on that day, so that afternoon, you guys are finally called to go speak to her.
Oh, thank God. Not the gallows. To her office.
To her office.
Perfect. Let's go. Did they need to
I
take our
imagine we have
weapons
to
and
do
stuff?
the same process again. We have to give up
Is
our weapons. or
Carl
whatever.
there today?
Carl's not there today. Somebody else is back there, and they take your weapons.
So not the same guy as yesterday.
Both guys are different.
Okay.
Well, at least there's someone here this time.
Can I try to sneak a weapon in?
Oh my god.
Yes, you can. That's
You
actually a
have the-
sleight of hand check.
You have the shrinking and growing sword too.
That's
Which
what I'm trying to do.
Technically, you
Did
have
we?
2 of them now.
I
because
only want the
Lucius had
one, and I want to try to make it like itty bitty. Can I do that?
Put it in your mouth.
So you can roll with advantage on your check to hide that. Sleight of
Lit.
hand check.
Lit. How's that?
Look it. Look it.
Look it.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
to guarantee
alright.
that they don't find it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
23.
How's that?
Ooh,
How's that?
that's really good because I'm rolling with a +2. So I have to roll really high and Daddy's dice to be able to do this.
Roll low.
I have to roll really
Honestly,
high.
Honestly,
You better
he has,
not.
He has to roll a 18.
Don't do it.
And then get a 4. Anything higher than an
Yeah.
18, it's possible.
You better roll low.
Oh, he
Oh.
got an 18.
Whoa! What?
Kitty daddies die.
No.
No, he can't. He can't.
Oh my god.
Wow, that luck was clutch.
Got hella
Easy.
lucky,
Luck was
bro.
clutch.
Oh,
That luck
chat,
was
you let me
super
down.
clutch.
You let me
Thanks,
down,
Chat.
chat.
Hey, chat, don't help him, please, God,
Do
please.
not help him. Don't
It's
give
already
him
too late. He already
anything.
tried.
It's so bad how
Josh.
much that GIF actually emulates the way I feel. That's hardcore. That's all Josh. Right there. Josh
He's
picked
over
all
here
these
like,
GIFs.
"Meh."
So you clearly, Josh wrote these macros. Josh wrote these APIs. Josh chose these GIFs. It's all Josh.
It's great, Josh. Great.
Oh my
Hey, Josh, were you
god.
here at the
Quality.
beginning of the stream when you said, because you just said shove it under your nail? I'm just wondering if you want to see a picture of it.
Rena, you got Winifred's wisdom.
Woo! Thank you. I love you guys.
I have one saved.
Ha ha ha.
You led up to her office. When you go
Okay.
into it, she's when you're actually allowed to go into the office, she's actually not sitting at her desk like she usually is. She's standing off to the side over by where you grab the rag from, you know, where the liquor is. And she's pouring drinks. So when you guys come in, and I imagine you shut the door behind you, do you say anything when you walk in, or do you wait for her to speak first?
I'm following Elijah's lead in this.
She called us in. I'll let her open.
So, but what was say that one more time? You let her open, okay? Rena,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Nothing.
No,
I'm
I'm talking
following
about-
Elijah's lead.
I'll let the commander open.
Oh, my apologies. So,
Yeah.
after you shut the door behind you, it clicks shut. She finishes pouring the third glass of some sort of beverage, and she holds 2 in one hand and the third in the other. And she places all 3 of them down. She walks over and she extends the hand that has 2 of them inside of it, and holds them out before the 2 of you. Elijah, you just got Winifred's wisdom. She holds out
thank
the 2 before you.
Why are you guys doing that right now? Is something going to happen?
For you to take your beverage.
Oh, I already had one. I didn't use one last stream, I guess.
Guess you lost it.
Now you
should
have
refund
one
it.
again.
I think you should refund them.
I will, to Oklo. I will.
Thank you, though. Sorry, I forgot actually that I had one.
I didn't have one, so thank you.
All right, so back to you guys. You are, I refunded Oklo. So she holds out her hand that has 2 glasses inside of it with some sort of brown liquor inside there.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, Elijah takes
She did
one.
this last time.
So she
fine.
changes the grip on it to hold out 1 glass for Rena. She has a glass in
You
one
want-
hand for Rena and one in her other hand for herself.
She won't take it.
She kind of does like a slow blink that makes eye contact with you and says, Rena, take the gesture.
Why?
The idea that you led pains me more and more with each passing moment that we spend together.
That's so savage.
She'll take it, but she won't drink from it.
You take the beverage, she goes over, and she...
What is wrong, Scott?
What's going on?
Something blinked green behind me.
Oh, gross.
So you You take the beverage. She goes around the other side of her desk and she has a seat. She has
Rena
sitting
will
on the desk
stand.
on one side the skull to the Perrin officer, and on the other side in the corner the skull to the old Loper head. She sits down. What do you guys do? Rena continues standing.
She'll stay standing.
Well, I should definitely take a seat, and you'll.
How tall are you, Rena?
5'7".
You tower over her by 6 inches.
Sick.
Yeah, you tower over, and that's not including the fact that while she's of course a military officer, so on and so forth, and does wear a degree of boots, she's in a uniform, not in armor. I imagine Rena's walking around her armor because she's kind of paranoid of combat at any point in time, and so the boots add like an extra so it's like a 7.5 inch like tower over, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and she'll sit there too, like with the drink, but like kind of like.
Yeah.
This,
Oh, so you do
know what I'm
sit?
saying? Like she just no, not sitting. Sorry. Standing.
Oh, stand. Okay.
Sorry, that was a figure
So-
of speech.
I've spent
Elijah
time
would
with
sit.
my friends, significant others that don't like me. I know the look. So
What'd you do to? No, don't tell me. So Elijah will sit, and then he'll say, not loudly, but to Rena, he'll say, Rena, please don't be difficult. Just have a seat.
She'll give you a
Please.
look. She'll give Elijah a look like
Rena, please.
difficult.
Bitch, please.
She'll stay standing.
what is it? She says, degrees of comfort are not a concern of mine. I have a simple question for you. Who do you work for?
Me?
Well, right now, you.
Cut the shit. Let's stop being coy. Who do you work for?
Who do I work for?
Yes.
That's what you're asking me?
Yes.
I work for no one.
We don't have any ties to any major organization.
Aside from a Malta?
Well, I have
I don't
ties
work
to it, but
for
this is
Malta.
this is not something they signed off on per se.
How did you find this head?
Is she talking about? Wait, is she's talking about the one from the temple?
You sent soldiers to
Uh.
a temple. We found it there. You approved the mission. Did you already speak to it?
Who led you to this temple? How did you find it? I remember our conversation from before, Elijah. I remember everything that we had discussed before. I remember the research and so on and so forth. But you found your way into this temple, whereas it seems like nobody else had. How?
I believe Cadus was the first to see it. And then he didn't come the second time.
Why was Cadus able to see this?
I'm not sure. I went with him and another companion of ours that's not here. And the three of us, well, them two were able to see it. I wasn't. It's some weird magic trickery of it hiding in plain sight. I'm not sure how it worked. I had a very rough time of seeing it.
What was this temple exactly?
It was a large pyramid with an altar at the top. And it seemed religious or perhaps military-like in structure. It's like living quarters.
What did you do there?
Well, we went to the top and we freed the person who was trapped in their weird disintegration reanimation phase. I mentioned that yesterday.
So you just by chance happened to come across this temple and find your way into it?
By chance?
We found it because your soldiers were there.
I understand that. Not my soldiers, though.
And
Paradels.
whose?
And parent soldiers, yes, just not my command.
So you have no idea what this temple is.
My information comes from your reports.
So you're saying you're relying on Elijah's report? in this
Elijah, and before that,
case.
Cadus, and then there's also the information that I can get through the grapevine along the chain of commands. It's a good distance between here and Chisodal, though, so speaking about this temple, divulge. Give me everything.
And why should we do that? What is it exactly that you want to know about this
Everything.
temple?
Temple, living quarters, killing the man at the top. What else stood out at this temple? What else seemed to be, but the purpose of it? Was it
I don't-
religious or was it otherwise?
I don't see why we should tell you, Elijah. I don't see why we should tell her anything.
She slams her hand like down on the thing and says, Rena, stop with the childish impudence. We can all agree that there's something great happening here. Let us work together for the common good. Put aside your childish angst.
Since when do you work together? Since when do you work for the greater good?
Are you in the gate?
The gate. Oh, sorry, you cut off a little bit there.
Sorry.
at the end. Gate.
Are you in the gate?
The gate?
The
The prison?
The prison she's talking about? Oh, okay, sorry. No.
Because I am working together. So consider that the first moment.
Oh,
And
I suppose I should thank you then for not being in the gate anymore.
And for it, you're welcome. Now, let's stop with the childish impudence. Let us come to conclusions. First and foremost, tell me about this temple. Did it seem religious, or did it seem more martial?
Okay. I don't want to go through the whole explanation. I'm just gonna tell you what the notes he would say.
Yep.
He would mention that it was, the three-tiered pyramid. There's an altar at the top. That's how it was structured. Time worked differently there. Sometimes it was faster. Sometimes it was slower. There was like the weird jelly bean creatures. I don't know if he would mention Salat specifically because he doesn't want the commander to go after him.
Mm-hmm.
But he would mention 13, that there was someone at the top that is no longer there, that left with someone else.
Mm-hmm. Hanging
And
up
he
on
would-
that for a moment, she would say, left with somebody else. Is this how it was discovered?
I don't think so.
The temple was discovered by somebody in Paradel, which is why forces were sent there to go and investigate the matter. That's how news was brought to you, and how it was brought to me. And inevitably, you were sent to go and investigate the matter, and now stand before me. But Paradel needed to learn of this temple. Did they learn of it from this person that left the temple?
I don't know.
This person's name?
Was that 13? The person that they left
Abstergo
was 13?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Jen
Abstergo
Mallis. Yep.
13. And Jin Mallis?
Jen Mallis, yeah.
Jen Mallis, that's right. Yeah, Jen. And 13 was the one at the top, right?
Correct. Well,
And then-
before
Before.
yeah, before you guys got there.
Okay, yeah. So he'd clarify those points.
Sorry, Josh said the music was weird.
Is it weird?
You're weird, Josh.
Maybe it's just the style of music or whatever. Anyways,
Oh,
so any other names or anything else that you point out, sir?
I mean, I know that she already knows about Salon's crew was there because they were the ones that brought that skull back the first time, so she already knows who they are. So
Yes, did you
if
mention
he mentioned Jen, I mean, if he mentions Jen, it's probably going to be clear
Or
that Salon
Esmond.
was.
She didn't know who Jen was.
Or Esmon, who's the one who died.
Esmond died
Yeah.
in the. Oh, was he
He
the
was
one who
the
got
one at the
obliterated by
top.
the statue?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you say that?
Oh, the old guy, old person. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess he. What does she want me to clarify again?
I'm asking you out of game. Does your character mention
Oh,
the
okay.
names or any other details? Because I cut you off because you had mentioned the
Um,
person leaving, and then I'm not allowing you.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the person left. He would mention that there was someone else at the top that clearly was suffering. They pulled them off, and then they died from what appeared to be old age. And that time up there aged them by years every minute or so. I don't think he would name that particular person because it doesn't really seem like it matters anymore. And he's trying to be helpful, but not, get anyone else in trouble, kind of a thing. So it's a balance. What else did we see? Oh, he would mention that there were the pools that had the liquid in it that could make people change forms, and say that's probably how Lopers are hiding amongst us, kind of a thing. He would mention that there were rooms for children, and then up a level there were rooms for adults. He would mention that he was able to see through time. He passed out and he was able to see through time. He'd bring that up. I guess he'd mention the living statue. Doesn't seem too important, but just in case they go to check it out on their own, they don't explode by that thing. The room with the water that made them really smart. He mentioned that. And I think that's all the big points. Am I missing anything, Rita?
Does Rena react, or does she just stand there and just be annoyed that he's divulging all this information?
She's mostly annoyed, but she's not going to say anything. She's not going to interrupt Elijah like that.
Okay.
She'll let him speak.
She listens to all this. The only interruption she gave the entire time was for the to ask about Abstergo 13. She says, "Did you encounter no one else aside from these being creatures that you just find them as, and the one that exploded, disintegrated, or whatnot? Did you encounter anybody else there? Or was that it?"
There were people that were there before us. I mentioned before that I was able to see in different times when I was there. I saw another group that had come before us, and that's how I learned of some of these things.
This group comprised of 3 people?
I know how many there were, Daelric. I'm not sure.
Did you get any of their names?
We know of Jen, the one who left, and we know of the one who died at the top. I don't remember what that person's name was. Was it Mollis? I don't know why I'm thinking
Esmond?
Mollis.
Esmond?
That's just Jen.
Esmond? Is that
Well-
it?
Yeah. Would Elijah remember that or no?
I don't know.
He was up there. He has the
was
best
short.
memory out of everybody.
So probably.
Let me roll an intelligence check to see if I would remember.
There you go.
He's trolling right now.
Okay. Yeah, he'd mentioned the first name, I guess.
Esmond?
Yeah, Esmond.
Esmond. Stuck in a perpetual state of disintegration. It's unfortunate. He was easy to work with.
You know of
Salat,
him.
Barbados. What fates befell them?
Gone. He's gone.
There's no one left alive in that temple.
This Jin Mollis. She was with them, or she said they were with them?
Supposedly.
It just sounds they were with them. It just sounds wrong. You know,
Jen was with them. Yes.
Ben was with them. Thank you.
Can I roll insight?
You can. As she
Normal or
sits
advantage?
there- normal. She's sitting there and thinking.
He would probably disrupt her moment of silence after a few seconds and say,
What'd I pick up?
"That's
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Hang on. How about now?
Oh my god. Wait, you can't do that.
Why can't I do that?
Because he already told you the result of the
She's
roll.
like, I had a lot of bears. We're talking about aliens.
Tell me what you know! Tell me what you know!
Here. Okay, yeah. I don't got
Might
anything
cut
else.
out.
Sorry.
If a blue Yeti's cutting you out, that's pretty intense.
It's Zoom. It's
I'm
probably
sorry.
not the Yeti.
I'm sorry.
Rena, you're great. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Anyways, so she says, so you actually are seeing that she's trying to come to a conclusion as to how to handle this situation being like the two of you at the moment.
Yeah. So he would interrupt her while she's like taking a moment to think and say, Commander, I feel we'd done what you asked. I hope we've been helpful. We are on the same side of this problem.
Except I still don't fully understand how it was that the three of you were able to walk in there, succeed where all else had failed, and walk out. Granted,
Why?
having killed this man that, in theory, had importance, not killed by your own hands, but by your inaction.
Why exactly do you need to understand? We're here telling you about it. Shouldn't that be enough?
Should. Yeah, I'm satisfied. And so, therefore, our alliance will continue. You're going
good
to bring
news.
me there.
What exactly do
we-
you want to see?
The temple.
All of it?
All of it. I believe the words you say. There's no reason for me not to. However, I like to see things with my own eyes, experience it myself. You were successful in getting in and getting out once before. You'll guide me.
And if we fail?
Then we're all dead.
In exchange,
You want to speak to the face. So is it, you want to speak to the skull.
that's 1 point. There's
She
more.
raises an eyebrow.
I'd like to collect Cadus from the gate. He's still there.
You believe Cadus to be prisoner?
No? I hope not.
As we travel, you'll give me more detail about what transpired with Cadus. It is very much out of our way, but perhaps we shall head east and collect him before we head south.
Rena will walk towards the desk and set her drink down that she hasn't taken a drink of.
Yep, it's like a step.
Kind
and
of
a half.
lean towards, like onto the desk with both of her hands and stare down.
Mind you, it's like one of those old like African made desks, like African oak desks, where it's like really wide and really deep, so you can definitely like lean in this space.
She'll lean over, yeah, so that she's closer to her and just say, I don't know exactly what you are hoping to see in this temple, but I can tell you, it's not something that you'd want to see.
Rena, do not assume to know my motives, because your assumptions are quite wrong.
If we are to be in an alliance, should we not tell each other the truth?
I said I'm willing to work together. Say we're an alliance.
Sorry, your mic's
command-
cutting out. I'm sorry, I can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Am I?
Yeah, I'm
You,
sorry.
you were cutting out there.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe I should turn my gain up. It's really
I'm
weird.
trying to listen, but it's hard.
That's really weird. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's a
It's
soft
When you're
spoken
far
character,
away
so-
from the mic needs to be closer to your
Mhm.
face.
No, usually I'm fine, but it could be speaking quietly, like you said.
Yeah,
I just
the
turn my
character's
gain up.
quiet.
I'm making sure that I don't have any filters on this. Nope. no
Check your
filters.
Zoom settings too.
I think it's
The
the
Zoom updated
Yeah.
and messed with stuff.
Yep. Just double check. Not automatically adjusting. Should be advanced. Nope, should
Dude,
be
hear
good.
some noise now when you talk.
What?
Hear like a little bit of noise when you talk, like right at the end of your sentences.
What do you mean by a little bit of noise?
We can hear kind of some static.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Static.
Not a lot. Only when it's like bassy. I don't know.
Hello,
Is there a
hello,
loose
hello.
cable or
Is it
anything?
still there?
Like when you speak lower, I feel like
I think
when it
that's
cuts
actually
out.
worse. Did you turn the
Yeah,
gain
that
up?
was
That might be
worse.
it might be the gain.
I turned the
like,
gain
just the
way
noise
up.
gate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn it down.
Okay, let me turn that down. Is that better?
Turn it a little bit more up because your volume's low.
Let me.
It's honestly, it's
I can
not. The
come in-
static wasn't a
I
big
can-
deal.
I
I
can
just
come in
wanted to
close.
mention it.
Yeah.
This is
It
better.
was just the fact that you were
That's
cutting
okay.
out. That's the issue.
So am I still cutting out? Or are we good?
It sounds fine now. I
Good.
don't think.
Okay.
No.
So it's probably because I'm playing as her that it's just getting really quiet. And it's
Mhm.
usually I'm very loud and it doesn't matter. All right. Arena, can you feed that line to me again? I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
It was
You
about
leaned over the
Mason
desk.
Alliance
What did I say?
and-
that's right. She
Okay,
says,
okay.
yeah.
She said if
Yeah, she says,
if
this,
we're part of an alliance, should we not tell each other the truth?
Rena, this is not an alliance. I'm willing to work with you, but I command and you follow. At the end of the day, we both prosper.
So I shouldn't exactly take you at your word then.
She did call it an alliance like
Mhm.
2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She says, you are the dog looking for scraps off my table, and I am the benevolent master that's willing to allow you to eat them. I do not need you, but you are a useful tool, and should you serve your purpose, you'll be rewarded for your actions.
I don't want to do this, but she's gonna pull the weapon on her.
Oh my god.
She has it tucked between her cheeks. She like reaches between her cheeks, and she's like, hold on, I got an itch. Ah!
Yeah.
Honestly, I imagine it's like just kind of tucked under like in her wrist.
Probably, yeah. She has it somewhere in her sleeve or
I mean,
something.
think about
I don't
the
know.
areas
Somewhere
where-
easy to
Yeah.
grasp from. She
So-
just grabs it.
So
Yeah.
you pull out the weapon.
She doesn't make it bigger than probably a dagger, the
Well,
size of a dagger.
So like you're gonna pull it and turn it at the same time.
But an impressive size dagger. Yes.
Ah, yes. 6 inches or longer. Call this number.
At least
written on the
7
skull.
inches, babe. Okay. All right. What am I rolling?
There's an inside joke that Wade would get, Scott, from that because
You
there's
know,
a very embarrassing story with Wade
flashback
that I could tell
to
right
when
now.
I was
but anyway.
hung. Okay, it's at least 6 inches.
So Rena,
What am I rolling?
At
hold on,
least?
you draw the weapon, and as you draw the weapon, you want to make it grow at the same time as you draw it. Just because it's like an action to be able to like it takes a degree of dexterity to do that. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Normal.
Yeah.
Fuck. Of course it rolls low. Of course it does. Why? Why would I roll well?
Because Rena's not somebody that's accustomed to hiding weapons and drawing them. So it's not something that she's very well trained in.
Yeah,
So
she's not a rogue.
So she like goes to grab the weapon, but it's one of those like she goes to grab it and like smoothly pull it out, but it actually slips a little bit out of her fingers. It's just like take an extra second to even get to think of the tip between the tips of her two fingers, and finally pulls it out, and this tiny little dagger, and then she
Rena,
starts to.
Rena, roll a deception check. Say you had a weird itch.
Yeah.
At the last moment,
So as
she's
you're
like,
doing
"Ha!"
this thing,
Tries to plays it
and
off.
then you finally pull the small dagger before you even able to make it grow, and she goes, "Impressive." Are we really gonna go down this path? She says, as I imagine Rena is actively trying to grow the blade.
Mm-hmm.
She's looks at you and says,
Actually,
"Are we really gonna go down this path?"
What does Elijah do?
actually, Commander, this would be a good time to show you a weapon that the Lopers did possess. We got it off one of their corpses.
Deception check.
Wait, do I know that? I don't know that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
what
do.
am I talking about?
You
He
do.
knows that.
You
He
do
knows
know
that.
Okay, I do know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you
Deception
know that.
check as you're trying to turn the conversation and maybe convince Rena.
Dude, can I get advantage, please? Oh wait, I can. All right, I'm using my.
Does he get
Winifred's
advantage?
wisdom.
Oh yeah, Winifred's wisdom. Yeah, he can.
Oh,
get
Rena,
advantage.
you could have used yours.
I know. I'm mad.
That's okay.
Does that convince me?
The deception is to keep her from realizing. So it's kind of convincing.
It's got to
like,
convince both of us, right?
Yes, that's up to Rena.
I'm
as
trying to
whether or not
fucking
you play you.
de-escalate. Holy shit.
Oh,
Y'all need
okay.
to
All right.
chill.
You know what? I'll say yes because 15 is probably where I would say. So that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So what do you say, Rena, as he says that, or what do you do?
Oh, okay.
Just
I mean, he
She would just say,
to go along with it.
okay. She would say, oh, you wanted proof, didn't you?
Now you
the
have to
Lopers?
roll a deception with advantage because you had it going along with it, but he set you up.
And you don't have to use your wisdom here, so that's pretty nice. Ooh,
How's that?
that's a pretty good roll. You got
I
a
think
15
two 15s
too.
are good.
That 2
All right.
15s are
You say you want a proof, and she says, "The more evidence, the better. Please show me." She says, and she intentionally kind of like sits back in her chair and leans back, arms crossed, getting her a little bit more out of reach. Not from a greatsword, mind you, but getting her a little bit more out of reach.
Honestly, if Rena just twists it and he'll stab her more.
I really want to do that.
Die, bitch.
God, I really want to do that, but I know Elijah's
like, "Okay,
trying
I'll
so
adventure
hard
with
over
you."
here.
And Rita's like, "You're not gonna venture with anyone."
It's no longer a dagger. It's a fuck you sword.
It's a machete. Oh my god. Okay, fine.
The blood's
Fine.
flowing hard in that sword this time.
What do you do?
She'll just. Can I? Hold on.
She stabs it into the.
Hold
desk.
on. I want to roll. Can I roll normal? Hold on. I want to roll an insight into what Elijah's thinking. Just for myself. What do I pick up?
I can tell you, he's trying to
Messy.
de-escalate the situation as always. He's trying to make, lemonade out of lemons.
He's trying to de-escalate. He also looks kind of upset with you that you brought a weapon in and he didn't know about it, and then he pulled it on the boss right as we were finishing our peace conversations. And that's what you get from a 10. If it was higher, you get much beautiful language.
I
But
wish
you're
I'd
okay
get
for now.
more, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. She's trying to appeal to Elijah in this case, so she's going to
He's like gesturing you to be like,
lie.
but like,
She'll just grow the weapon to a normal sword size and set it on the desk.
Okay.
Back
so
away.
She looks at it and says, "That is intriguing. Much like what you were saying beforehand, the ability to manipulate shape of things. Manipulate the
You're
size
going
of this."
in and out again.
Oh,
I'm
god
sorry.
damn it. I don't know why this is happening. Because it wasn't doing it for me for her earlier. She says,
The angle of your mic, Scott, when you lay back, you get way outside the cone.
yeah, maybe. It could be why. She says, interesting. You said, much like they have the ability to manipulate shape of things, they use that to manipulate the size of this object. Interesting indeed. This ability that they have, do you think it's a Loper specific ability?
Who is she asking? Rena or Elijah?
Rena's the one that's actually up in her face. So she says that, and it's one of those things where she like looks up at Rena because Rena's big and towering over at the moment. With it, she kind of looks up at her and says, "Do you think it's a Loper ability?"
I don't know enough about magic to know the difference.
well, I can tell you, I haven't seen any of your soldiers be able to do that, and I haven't seen any of my soldiers be able to do that.
Fair enough. But perhaps because they lack the training. Again, answers that we can procure once we visit the temple. Let's find these answers together. She'll stand up and she'll look at
I love
Rena.
that.
She'll stand up and she'll look at Rena, who is again, the desk is put up on a high step up ledge, Is Rena stepping up on that ledge to be so close to the desk, or did she take that like half step back down?
Oh, she's like against the desk. Yeah, that's how close she is.
Okay. So it's almost like pelvis kind of like leaned up against the desk to
Yeah,
balance
yeah,
or whatever. Yeah. So she's so you're much taller than her. It's a wide desk, but nonetheless, or desk, but nonetheless, you're standing up and you're taller than her. She says, "Shall we put aside our differences for a time at least, and see what we can discover? I suppose worst case scenario, after you're done using me, you can always try to do to me what you've done to so many others I knew."
She'll actually look
She-
back to Elijah and engage his what his like facial expression is.
I'm assuming she did say that directly to Rena, right? Because
Oh yeah, no, she's talking to me. Yeah.
So you look back at me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. All right, then I guess I'll stand up so that she can see me over you or something.
Stand up.
You're blocking the whole view.
It's
and
quick. It's
he'll-
a quick exchange. She's just gauging your reaction.
Oh, okay. He's thinking.
Does he look worried or like-
He's got an eyebrow raised that he's now understanding that she thinks you are doing this to do something against Paradel, that you're doing this specifically to either remove her from power or something involving her area. She thinks that you have an ulterior motive here, and he's just realizing that now, and he's like just got an eyebrow raised. Or he's
Alright.
considering it, but
That's
he's
all
like
she
lost in thought.
sees. It when she
Yeah.
looks at you quickly, she'll just see you look kind of quizzical. Look back to Barbara and just say, if you're willing to be on the same page, we can put our differences aside for now.
We both want answers. I will have them.
As will I. And she'll
you-
straighten up.
She says, "Then perhaps we can see some more of this arena that I've heard so much about, not this." Perhaps we can start things slightly anew. My name is Commander Barbara. Field Commander? That's her rank? No, higher than Field. High Commander?
I think it was like field commander.
2
or something like
seconds.
that.
I will
It
grab
was
it.
right above Cadus, whatever. I think Cadus was a field commander, right?
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
She's
There
a
you go.
fledged.
She's a High Commander. My name is High Commander Barbara Barnes. I am in charge of Zatish and 1/3 of Vala. Though, I imagine soon, even more than that.
You sound confident.
I'm capable. When I set my mind to a task, it's accomplished. And those that choose to cross me find out why my name is Barb.
Sorry, I couldn't take that seriously.
Straight
Sorry.
face.
I was
What
like,
broke me?
no.
Call me Barb.
The last thing she'll say to her
thought her
before
name was
she'll
Barbara.
leave, she goes to leave, is
Take the sword back.
you want to see the temple so bad? Then I'll take you there. As she picks up her weapon.
I'm sure I can find the temple. I need navigation into and through it.
Well, I suppose that's where we come in.
It is. Rena, you lost friends. She looks down at the skull on the table and looks back up and says, "As did I. Let's call it even."
We'll call it nothing.
Sounds like even.
She said, "Nan."
Nah.
Nan.
Nah.
Not a never.
Absolutely not.
Her face falls slightly and says, So then I need eyes at my back. I
Don't
understand.
expect mine.
Oh. I'm no.
Lena.
That's gonna make transportation much more difficult.
The way you made it sounds like you can take care of yourself.
No, I can't.
If you want to make it into the temple, I can show you. Beyond that, you're on your own.
2 of you are dismissed. We'll leave tomorrow.
She takes the weapon and will walk out. Not waiting for Elijah.
And what of the skull?
It seems like your friend still needs a carrot, since apparently she doesn't like responding to sticks. Wait again you must.
You know, can I call you Barb? Is that fine?
She nods. No hesitation or sarcasm.
I don't think Rena cares much for what the skull has to say.
But you help keep her in line.
Between you and me, I think withholding information is just going to make things worse.
Then let's go and discover all the information we can together.
I'd love
Dean
to.
appears behind her and eats her.
Nom, 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 nom.
Bust her down. Yeah.
Connie?
I'm not
Wish.
opposed. I'm not opposed to showing you the temple. But we've done so much for you already.
The skull will come with us. And before we enter, we'll all collaborate. You can speak to it then. That at least ensures a degree of safe travel. I wouldn't want to find myself lying dead in the woods in a deer somewhere. I hear, that's a thing that happens in such a chaotic place.
So why do you need us to bring you there? You already know where it is.
I know where the temple is, as did many others. But only you got in, and only you got out.
Well, us and the ones that came before us that I saw.
What was that?
Us, as in the us group.
Yeah.
And then the group that came before us that I saw when I was traveling through time.
Correct. You are correct. They got in. But only you got out.
See. And you're not curious as to what the Loper has to say before we go walking into its house?
Not any longer.
Sounds a little foolish to me.
Sounds like I already spoke.
Well, I'm not worried. Get some rest. And he gets up and goes to leave, unless she stops him. I'm assuming she doesn't. And he closes the door behind him.
She actually will. She actually, yeah, she won't stop.
Okay.
You guys will eventually make your way out of there. You said you don't wait for Elijah. You get your stuff back downstairs, so on and so forth. Walking out with a full-size sword at your side. Like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah, he can stare at me all he wants, and I'll be like, "What?"
You get
It's
your
my
stuff.
sword.
Do you say anything to Elijah on your way down or out?
Just waiting for him until we can get to a place where we can talk alone.
I mean,
think
so
there
first
is.
you're led back to the barracks. There's like a little bit of a hang up before you leave. You guys get led back to the barracks. After you led back to the barracks, the guard there actually says, get your things, you're not staying here anymore.
Perfect.
And you guys are moved to a
What-
different barracks. That's actually nicer beds, nicer area, so on and so forth. The people there still don't like you, but at least it's
That's
a better spot.
Can I
was worried
see
they were gonna
them
find
from
a
my
ditch for
little
us.
looky spot?
Perception check.
Do you have Winifred's wisdom?
I do.
Oh yeah, use
Now's
it.
the perfect time to use it. And we got some luck, I believe. Yeah, we got one
Go
luck die
ahead.
left.
Go
too.
ahead. Use whatever you want. Yeah.
That's
Sure.
like an average of what, a +9? Or, sorry, +7?
What does he see?
Luck. You just use luck. Just use luck. Don't let him answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
21.
You see them walk out of a barracks and be led over as you secretly kind of follow along there, or whatever. I get led into another one.
Would I be able to shout for them to hear?
We're
Is
being
that
led
what
by
you would
guards.
do?
I'm
Is
gonna
that what
shout
Ophios
in
would
my
do?
native tongue that only Rena understands.
No.
Is that what you would do? Okay.
That's
I thought your character was intelligent now.
he
No, he's
is,
naked.
but is that
Oh,
really
he's
gonna be a
naked.
negative thing?
To be fair,
He doesn't have the bed
he
anymore.
did just
He
get
doesn't have the bed.
chased by a whole bunch of guards running away naked, holding a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Is he in
I mean-
snake form or human form right now?
I mean,
human with
I thought he
honest-
got clothing.
I can easily switch to snake form, but I am in human form with clothing on. But I can switch
what I
to
thought.
snake form and still talk that
You
way.
can-
You don't
They-
have
they
your
are-
headband anymore, though, do you? Did it
They're
fall
like
off?
a football field away, so you can definitely holler out and they can definitely hear you. holler out
I'm
loud.
actually going to go about it a different way if I'm intelligent, since Scott wants to do this, and I'm going to find if there are nearby snakes to tie something to and send them over.
Not really.
Gosh darn it!
The fucking snake delivery.
All right, then he at least knows where they are and can track them. I yelling, I feel like would create an alarm, especially in a different language.
I don't
Tyler-
know that Ophios would do
Tyler's
that.
the
Yeah, they don't like
least
foreigners here.
graceful re-entrance of his character. Hey, yo, it's still
Hey!
She's like, what?
No, he literally was like, he doesn't know why they left him. So he's eager to try and find out. He sees them, like there's some eagerness to him. There's a
I don't know that he
I
would
don't mean
shout,
Ophios,
but
I
maybe
mean-
he would
I
go
mean
straight to
Tyler.
them. Yeah.
oh, I mean,
Could you try to stealth your way down there?
no. I imagine
Okay.
he would just watch and keep an eye for where he can intersect without entering that camp. And now that he
Okay.
knows where you are, he can at least therefore then kind of trace where your abouts you are.
That's fair.
Okay,
That makes more sense.
so you and Elijah are, so you see where it is that they are. You and Elijah have that alone time because the people in this barracks, they have tasks and jobs that they have to do. If there's anybody else inside the barracks, they're sleeping. And if you come and go from the barracks, nobody's going to really say anything. You are warned by the guard. He says, you're staying in this barracks now. Just stay in the military camp. Don't go walking around too far. If you need to get something from town, commander says that you can do so, but you have to have an escort go with you.
The town nice.
Town's nice, but you have a reputation, and we have to make sure that we keep a degree of civil order. We don't need things going awry.
Respect that.
She'll just say thanks and kind of give him a look, so he leaves.
He's
Tell
actually-
me.
He gives an actual, you're welcome, but not like sarcastic or anything. He
Yeah.
leaves.
Tell me, I've just two quick questions and I'll let you go. Where can I bathe? Peacefully? Privately, perhaps?
I mean, I don't know about privately. It's the military uses it, so there might be others in there. But yep, there's actually for this barracks, you actually have one of the baths is over in that direction. The other one's going to be about that way. I would say that if you're going to look for a degree of privacy, go in the middle of the night. Usually there's less people in there, but I will warn you, it is a camp of a bunch of soldiers that are kind of removed from their families. So if you go in the middle of the night, not only might you not be alone, but those in there might be looking for their own private time.
They'll have none with me. And tell me, just a thought that crossed my mind. I heard of some soldiers discussing this. I'm just wondering, have you heard of a soldier named Carl?
Carl, yeah. Carl Hansel's he works inside the offices.
You seen him recently?
I don't usually go over that way.
Just some rumors. He's disappeared. Just wanted to make sure that wasn't a concern of anyone's.
Disappeared. Guy sucks at cards. Probably had to go make up some extra coin in town.
Hmm. The soldiers play cards here.
It's not much else to do. Now that, you know, the terrorism situation's been resolved, Vala's been falling into order a little bit safer lately.
Tell me, where do you convene for this?
Cards?
Yeah.
Listen,
There's not much for me to do either, you know?
yeah, there's a degree of courtesy being set foot, but I don't got much of a problem against you. Your country's you're doing your thing, mine's doing my thing. We're both just, cogs in a machine, right? But there are some people that are a little bit more, they bleed parallel. And some of Maltese guys sitting down at the table, they might not like it too much. You know what I'm saying?
If you're worried about me, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you could say that, but, let's just keep things civil. I hear you're leaving tomorrow anyways. I'm sure you can twiddle your thumbs for a night. Or
Fair
find
enough.
that private time in the, baths.
The last thing I want to do is get you in trouble.
It's not me
I
that'll be in
appreciate your
trouble,
time.
friend. Not me. Good luck. Quick, make it ice fall.
Thanks. No, I don't do that, Daelric. That'd be rude. I freeze his feet to the floor and then push him over.
All right, and he leaves, and you do your you guys have your chat. Go ahead. Poor Ophios. He's like, I know my friends are over there, but I don't know if they're alone.
Next,
He's just
I'll talk to them
Oreos are
soon.
like, comes back. Well, oh wow, that was a weird transition, Daelric. When you like waved your hand over it and it instantly jumped. Like that was crazy. It looked
It's like closer. Yeah.
can you
creepy.
It's not even a good frown. You don't even look that
Try
sad.
not to laugh.
Okay, Rita, were we having RP?
Yes.
Did you want to? Okay.
Yes. She'd walk in and like kind of throw her shit onto the bed or whatever, and
When you listen to me talk to this,
yeah,
piece of
she's
shit guard
listening.
for,
Like
2 minutes.
she's just like, and then he leaves, and finally she's just like, "So you trust this commander?"
She's not dumb, Rena. Our paths align currently. She's gonna follow it. Now, near the
How do
end,
you
what
know-
she decides to do is different, but
What do you mean?
you don't have the best reputation, and you haven't exactly been proving them wrong in your trip here. And
I'm not exactly trying.
I know, that's the problem. And I am a soldier from a country that they are actively at war with. So if at the end of this, if they decide that they're better off without us, it's,
She's actually gonna hit the bed frame with her like fist, kind of dramatically, but loud enough to like get his attention. And she'll just say, "Damn it, Elijah, tell me the truth. What are you not telling me?"
I'm trying to say this nicely, but if you keep acting the way you are, they might not decide to let us go at the end of this. That doesn't look good, Daelric.
So why did we come here in the first place?
Because we needed to.
For what?
Are you blind by the resources that they have? You don't think they could help us in the same way we help them? We're trying to catch them up to where we are in hopes that
From
they
my
don't want
perspective, it
Lopers.
seems that we have more information than they do.
we do.
We've done more than they have. We're just
We
filling
can't
them
go
in on
and
the
kill
gaps
every
here.
single Loper that exists and save this country from its own problems. That's not what we need to do.
Since when were you invested in the same cause here?
Why am
Why are you?
since the end of the rebellion? Since I've joined with Cadus.
Joined with Cadus.
When he took you to the gate.
Is that what it is? You feel guilty?
No, I don't feel guilty.
Guilty that we were in there for so long? That's why you helped free us?
I didn't want you
And
in
is
there.
that what it is? An extension of your guilt? Is that why you're still here helping us?
Cadus is guilty.
Me?
I'm not guilty.
Cadis isn't even here.
You think he stayed at the gate because it was a wonderful trip? He's taking a vacation?
I can't say that I personally understand why Cadis stayed at the gate or even went there.
He's there because he feels guilty and embarrassed by what he put you and Ophios through.
That's
very
what you
clear.
don't understand. I don't know how much I told you about Cadis and I, but I've known him from my past, obviously. His guilt obviously stems from that. He feels like he needs to, I don't know, redeem himself somehow. Like going there and proving God knows what. For who? For me? Who knows if he's even alive? You weren't even there, Elijah. The gate is a lot. It's a lot worse than you think it is.
So we should go there, and we should get him out. The only way we can do that is with her here.
We could do that ourselves.
No, we can't. We barely even found it ourselves, even with the guidance of someone who knew where it was.
Who's to
By the
say
way,
he's
we're
even
the
alive?
ones who led to that spot. Rena and Ophios were the ones
Yeah,
who knew
yeah.
where to go.
Yeah, but again, we had to roll for it. It wasn't just
Anyway,
something
sorry,
that
I
we
interrupted.
found.
Yeah. Who's to say he's still alive?
I mean, I don't know for sure. But,
And what use would he be to us now?
you confuse me. You obviously care for him, but you act like you don't. Are you the one who's embarrassed?
Embarrassed by what?
That you
Him?
are friends with someone who enslaves the people that you were with?
Friends?
Maybe you see yourself in him.
Absolutely not.
Maybe you think you could have ended up in the same shoes as him.
Never. There's no way. Obviously, I chose a different path. And if he wanted to, he could have done the same thing.
But
He
you
chose
started in
not
the same
to.
place, right?
He made his decisions and I've made mine.
So he's a version of you that made different decisions. Is
A
that what you
version
think?
of me? No. We lived completely different lives. You don't know anything about us.
I'm just trying to understand. First of all, why you're being this way to the people that are trying to help us. I mean, I get it. They haven't been nice to us either.
This is the Paradel you're trusting.
Temporarily trusting.
That's how they get you, Elijah. They lure you in. They taunt you with these things that seemingly can help to whatever you're looking for. And then once you get there, everything goes to shit. And then what? You have no one to blame but yourself because you took their help.
And the
That's
alternative
what they
is...
do.
You have other ideas?
Yeah, not trusting them.
I'm gonna need more than that.
I'm not saying that I can do this by myself. But I'm also not saying that I can trust them either. I don't want to promise you something, but I also don't want to let you down. I mean, at this point, I don't have anything left.
Yeah. So, if it's between do nothing and do something, even if it's something you don't like, if it furthers our goal, is that not the better alternative? I mean, it's that or start another rebellion.
I'm just worried we're helping them overtake something else. Expand. into other territories and take over other towns the same way that it happened to me and my people who don't deserve it. Innocent people.
Well, we're having them focus on an internal issue. We're having them draw resources to it. I don't know if this is going to be a big difference, but, you know, making Paradel less powerful while at the same time drawing their forces away. And by less powerful, I mean killing off their most powerful people. It does weaken them.
Well, how infiltrated are the Lopers? How much more power are we going to give them? Are we giving them the answers they're looking for here? How do we know that she's not, I mean, is she a Loper? Anybody could be. We have no idea.
She's willing to go to the temple with us that she claims she wasn't able to get into. She's not able to get into it.
She obviously knows more than she's letting on.
I don't think so. I truthfully think she knows exactly what we've told her and nothing more. Perhaps a little bit more, but not much.
I'm willing to listen to you here. But you have to understand that's a lot for me. I'm trusting you.
Okay. I won't disappoint. Worst case, Malta's only one border away.
Fine.
All right.
But if she even does something even remotely out of line, I will take her out.
No,
Yes.
because your definition of remotely out of line seems to drastically different from mine. How about you wait until I tell you it's okay, just in case.
If she tries to harm one of us or leave us behind in that God-forbidden temple again, I will take her out or leave her there.
You can leave it there.
Fine.
Now, about Cadus. Do you not want to go back for him? Do you think we should just go straight to the temple to save some time, or do you want to see? You have to admit you are at least curious how he's doing, right?
I don't exactly want to leave him behind.
Okay.
I don't think I should do that to people anymore. Shut up.
Okay, then tomorrow when we depart, we make sure we go there first. And can we be on the same page about the level of aggression that we treat her with? And the rest of the soldiers? You know, she won't let me talk to the skull now because she thinks we need motivation to keep working with her.
I don't know what else you're hoping to learn from that skull. Like I said,
You're not curious to speak with one?
I feel we know more than she does.
We haven't spoken to one.
Well, she hasn't fought one.
We haven't spoken to one. There's one here that we can speak to, and the only person I know that's able to speak with it is somewhere in her cabinet. She's willing to let me sit in on that. There he is. Yeah, you found him, Daelric. It's a little guy. This little character running around the
Moves over
cabinet.
the oatmeal. Like, oh, there.
Help me! I don't remember where I was going, so fuck it.
That was fine.
Okay, it was funny. Oh yeah. She has resources that we don't have. Just please stop biting the hand that
What,
we're
feeds
supposed
us?
to be in allegiance with. You know, that we're supposed to be friends with. You don't bite your
She
friends'
won't even
hands.
admit to the alliance herself.
She did, and then recanted it. But I think it's because you pissed her off, frankly.
Well, she knows I don't trust her, and she obviously doesn't trust me. But, Elijah, He will not fight you on this.
I know that's the best I'm gonna get, so I humbly accept that you won't fight me on this. Okay.
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 Now, I haven't bathed in like 4 days, so I'm gonna go to those showers he was talking about. Please don't run away.
Okay.
Right, Tyler. You saw us going to he saw us going to the tent that we went into, right? Or the little area.
Barracks.
Okay. And the guy said that the showers were on like the outskirts.
Not necessarily the outskirts, just off. He said there's 2 different options, or whatever. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but it's 1:40 in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. So we're going to have to pull it up short. Tyler looks so tired. He looks stoned. And since Tyler doesn't
No, I
smoke
was-
pot, he's really tired.
I legitimately was trying to pull my actor stuff off earlier and make myself cry, but then we switched gears and I was like, okay, now just listen.
Go. Well, holy heck. So from goofy starts to serious finishes.
Sounds like my sex life.
I
Hey.
contemplated that joke and I was like, nah, that was it. Okay. Messi did it.
Straight disappointment, baby. Let's go.
Yes. Yes. All right. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. I'm excited for kind of like the I guess back to the goddamn temple, I guess. That's gonna be fun.
Well, first the Cadus. Then
Listen,
back to the
all I have to say is that the weather when you start heading back east is fine.
Once
Everything's
more with
Yeah.
fine.
feeling.
Oh,
Not,
fine.
yeah, people aren't randomly disappearing.
Uh-oh.
Carl's
See
back?
how many gift subs Aqua
Hopefully.
gave?
What the fuck, Aklo?
You
2?
said
Oh.
number. Listen, I'm not a
Oh.
superstitious person.
Oh no.
I don't believe in lucky numbers.
Trump card
or magic.
incoming.
But what I'm saying is in 2020, I'm just saying if there was a day that like Satan would pop up like, brother, I'm real. Just saying I'm here for your soul. Cool, thanks, bye. This might be the year. You know, like
You're not wrong. Yeah.
okay. Anti-Oklo is here. Uh-oh. This is when he spends all of his daddies on bad stuff until it's gone. Oh boy. All right. Let's finish this up with our goodbyes. And next session, I'm excited to see how it plays out because I have more story stuff to share. Yay!
Yay.
Also, you know, rumors of a snake man stealing from Philip's cart and all that stuff. That's cool.
Or the fact that he was
Philip.
discovered in that other city, so you know.
Yeah. Ophios sightings everywhere. He's like Bigfoot, but real. Triggered all the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's
fans out
real.
there. Yeah.
Damn it, I fell for it.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have Rena go first, because she had the hard feels. Then we're gonna have Tyler go next because he didn't get to talk much this session, which sucks. And then we're gonna have Messi go last because nobody cares.
I
Rena,
got a really interesting
Damn.
story to tell when it's my turn, so
Yeah.
be prepped.
I'll be asleep by then.
Okay, hi. I'm Rain the Destroyer. I'm a streamer here, variety streamer here on Twitch. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter, and I also have a TikTok that I don't post to, so there's that. I haven't played anything in a while. I've mostly been playing Dark Souls 3 though, and Animal Crossing, and so a little bit of Fall Guys. Tyler got his first, second, third win. I don't know what win that was, but he got a crown. I only have one, which I'm very proud of. So that's pretty much it in Fall Guys. But yeah, y'all know where to find me under that alias. And everyone else here is way cooler than me. So please check them out.
True.
It's true. Facts.
It's true.
Big facts.
But everyone knows she
Rena,
means you,
telling
she
it
means
how it
you,
is.
Chat. She means you. You're cooler than her. Because that's definitely
And Daelric.
Everyone's cooler than me.
cool.
Oh yeah? What about someone who's on fire?
Yeah, definitely cooler. Yeah, I'm not cool.
You should...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. It's crazy. Tyler.
Oh yeah. I just simply want to say, Rena, you absolutely killed it in RP today. Very well done. That last part in particular, it was just top notch.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
You
it.
too, right?
Thanks.
So I renounce that claim that everybody in this call is cooler than you. Also, I'm Tyler. I stream Apocalypse_12.
Simp.
I will have videos coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. My editor has power again. Internet is back. I still only have one win in Fall Guys, but now on Tuesdays with friends, you can come to my stream and screw me over by using crowd control coins to mess up my game as I try and play Fall Guys.
Damn.
So you can flip the screen upside down. You can block my view. You can make me go to the right when I'm not pressing right. You can make my camera spin. There's a whole bunch of fun things you can do on Tuesday nights when I play Fall Guys.
I don't know what Fall Guys
crowd
is. I just
control.
know everybody talks.
It's pretty fun.
Oh, cool.
It's
But yeah,
not fun.
twitch.tv/apocalypto_12, youtube.com/apocalypto12. Social media is all apocalypto_12. And Sunday mornings, I'm in a Warhammer campaign. Warhammer Only War over on Roll For It at about, we start at, 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific. And then Wednesday nights, we just started over on Doxy's channel doing a Theros campaign where I am not a reptilian creature in. So you
Fake
should definitely
news.
come
Shave
check
the
that out.
fur and find out what he is.
Also,
He's a
for people
Minotaur.
that want to see me play a lawful character, my character in that campaign is lawful.
Is it? Okay. Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess, yeah. Okay. To
So-
religious, yeah. Okay.
So,
Sorry, Tyler, can you do me a
definitely
favor?
check
Can
that
you
out.
tell me
Yeah.
what are you playing in that game?
I am a Minotaur.
I'm sorry. What's that link inside chat?
It's a YouTube video link. Is it the mini Minotaur? It is the mini Minotaur.
Minotaur,
By
Tor,
Tobuscus?
Minotaur.
I love that.
I had to click it to know what the link was, but then I figured it out pretty easy. So yeah, I'm excited for next week when maybe Ophios gets a chance to reveal that he's still alive. Honestly, I really, really was hoping. I knew we were running out of time. I was like, Rena, just all alone, walks back out in town.
Leaves the camp. Yeah.
And we cut out right as Ophios goes, Rena, in his language.
Oh my god.
Whispers and walks like into an alley.
Okay,
hoping
but what
to
what would her name sound like in your language? Go.
fall.
Uh,
It's like peanut butter baby.
I feel like it's like
Eh.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's got to be something like sneaky, like with a bunch of S's or whatever.
It's
It probably doesn't have a direct translation.
Yeah. Probably just be Rena. Oh no, zombie style.
it's
like
yes,
Hawk Squealer.
queen.
Yeah, that's exactly how you
Yes,
address me.
queen.
100%. That's what it is.
Sweet Readers.
Yes.
Slay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So Messi, you get to talk now.
Oh, sweet. I got a lot to say, and I know Daelric's gonna.
He already did. Already did.
Wow, there we go. Wow, thanks. Okay. Yeah, so I'm also on Sunday stream. Sunday, what the hell? I'm also on Wednesday stream. My IBL on Sundays got canceled because we have to move it to a different day because no stupid dunce works Sundays. And we don't stream on Sundays anymore, so we're changing it. But yeah, Wednesdays, nights. What is it? 8 p.m. EST? 8, yeah, I think it's 8 p.m. EST Wednesdays. And-
It would be 8:30 because
8:30 Wednesdays, 9
5:30 Pacific.
9 here on Fridays. Those are my 2 D&D streams I do. I do nothing else, so that's cool. Here's an interesting
Literally
story that
nothing.
happened to me
He
today,
goes
though.
he goes into torpor. He just like
Yeah,
when he's not
I
here, he goes
literally, when the
torpor.
camera's not off, I don't exist. It's
Watch,
crazy.
want to see it happen?
I like despawn. It's crazy. No, don't turn my camera off, please. So here's a fun story that happened to me on Monday. Okay, So I'm going to work, right? I get up really fucking early. I'm driving to work. I'm at a stoplight. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I see someone driving behind me, and they're going a little bit too fast. And they turn into my turning lane, and they're coming up right behind me, and they're still going a little bit too fast. They start slowing down, but of course they hit me, okay? And they're going like maybe 5 or 6 miles per hour. So I'm pissed because I'm running late for work, and now I gotta hop out and talk to this fucking person. So I pull up, put the car in park, I hop out, I go look at my bumper. It's fine. There's like one little scratch on it. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about this. Like, I just want to get to work. I'm not gonna take any insurance or anything. It's fine. So I turn around, and this girl gets out of the car behind me, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was gonna happen." And I was like, "Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's like no damage, so it's fine. I'm just gonna leave." And she's like, "Oh, are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, that's okay. You know, actually, you're kind of cute. Are you sure you don't want my number or anything?" And I was like, "You just hit me with your fucking car. What are you doing? You're
She's
so
trying to.
stupid."
She did that to
shooting her
physically hit
shot,
on
bro.
you.
She's shooting her
She's
shot.
physically hitting on you. It was all a ploy to be hit
Bro,
on.
is this-
She saw you in
Is
your
this what
rear view
people
and
have
was
to
like,
do?
yeah.
Is this what people have to do to get a date nowadays?
Okay, this
I mean,
is
honestly,
dangerously close to
I don't
boomer
even
speech.
have that opportunity. So nobody can
Tyler.
hit me with their car unless I'm
You
walking.
got a bike? You got a bike, Tyler?
Just
Nope,
veer into
if
the
they
in front
hit
of
me, I'm
somebody.
probably dead.
Just be like, oh,
Jump out in front of cars.
Oh,
That's perfect.
yeah.
There you go.
just a
Perfect.
little bit.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'll try and
Oh my
scope out
God.
somebody going 35 miles per hour. Like, oh, you're cute. Hit me.
Hit me.
Now's my chance.
And
So anyway-
it's really good to know whether or not she has a good job because it'll see whether or not she can pay for your hospital bills. It's great. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
if it's a
perfect,
Beamer,
yeah.
you should
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
Check her credit score while I'm at it. You know,
yeah.
see if she comes
She
to
just
visit
tr-
me in the hospital or gives me flowers
my
or anything.
God.
Oh, it's win-win, win-win.
Yeah, win-win, yeah.
She just fucking hit and runs and just fucking skirts off and drives away, and you're like, is that a no? As you
That's when
bleed
you
out.
say, "My heart, it's broken, like my bones."
Also, it's stopping. Yeah, anyway, I pretended like I didn't hear her, and I said, "Oh, no, it's fine. There's no damage or anything," and I got back in my car and I drove off. So that's
You
what
pretend
happened
like
to
you
me.
didn't
So-
hear it. Dude,
yeah.
she's
So,
gonna like go home and hate herself because you were so cruel.
dude, the problem is that I found out she fucking lives in my apartment building.
Sorry.
I've seen the
You're
car.
kidding, dude. You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. I've seen the car.
So did she
So
see
I'm like,
you and
oh,
hit you on
no.
purpose? Is that what
Bro,
happened?
What a twist!
Oh my
I
God.
drove past her today on the way to dinner with my
Okay,
girlfriend
no,
in the
no, no.
seat, and
This
I
is
was like,
when you
"Babe,
tell your
that's the
girlfriend-
girl who hit me and asked me out."
You just
Oh
look
my
at your
God.
girlfriend
She's
and
like,
say,
what the fuck? Like,
You down?
gets out of the car.
So you down?
No.
Yeah, I'll pull up next to her and be like, "Hey, babe, what do you think?"
Like, oh, I'm
get
just
Babe,
kidding.
I'll let you
punched, yeah.
choose.
I'm
I'll let
just
you
kidding.
choose.
Oh, whoops. No, it's all a joke.
Babe, I have 9 out of 10 punches on my nice guy card this week, so I think I can redeem it this
It's
one.
one too
No.
little.
One too few.
That's what he often
Babe.
hears.
I held the door open for you like 3 times today.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, so I don't think there's gonna be any I hope there's no more progression
Did
in
you
that
just
story.
say,
I hope
I
it's
held
just a
the door
funny
open for
antidote.
you. It's now time for you to hold the door open for me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's
Anyway,
our
so
cue to end the stream.
Yeah.
the 2 things though, just in closing, the 2 things that had never happened to me that happened to me at the same time on the same day is, one, I had never had a car drive into the back of me before. That's never happened. I've had a car drive into the side of me, but never the back. And the second thing is, a girl has never asked me out. And I'm counting that as a girl asking me out because that's almost the same.
No. That is the same thing. Absolutely. I
So
agree.
there you
that's,
go.
That's a full on. Wait, you've never had a girl ask you out before, Messi? I
Never,
don't mean.
no.
I mean this like genuinely surprised.
I have never
Yeah.
had a girl ask me out.
Yeah, but that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Damn, I asked like 3 guys to go out. And they all
No,
rejected me.
Tyler, you're intimidating. Like that makes
Kinda.
sense. You know what I mean? Like,
That is such a you're ugly, bitch.
no, but like Tyler is actually like he's tall, has an athletic build, and he's like a really good looking guy. So I could totally see why a girl would be intimidated by it.
So,
Whereas Misty and I are a couple of nerds. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like Oh, a girl's like, yeah, I could, shoot from the rough today.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I
I'm just
think what it
I'm
is
just
is
gonna play the.
I went to a small private Christian school, and I had
Oh,
gone
I'm
there
sorry.
since middle school. So they all knew me when I looked like middle school me and acted like middle school me. So when I turned into high school me, they still thought of me as middle
They-
school me.
They're like, oh,
So
Messi, he looks kind of cute now, but all I can think of is.
yeah, I got some cringy middle school stories for whenever we decide to share those on stream. But I had in high school, the closest I ever got was one girl told me I was cute, and I got scared, and I changed the conversation. The second thing is one time in college, I ended up dating this person, but this one girl said I was cute, and then I asked her out when she said that. So that was the first time I'd been in a relationship,
I
and that
see
was
a
the
shot.
first time
And it ran.
I had ever dated anyone ever, and I was really scared. So no one's ever asked me out except for that one time. So I almost feel like it's. What'd you just do?
Critical hit is one die roll.
Oh.
That actually is funny. Go ahead.
Who
I'm
are you
listening.
attacking? Who are you killing?
That's the
Oh, you
worst
did, like-
damage ever.
That's bad.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I don't remember where I was going. I think that was the end of it, actually. But yeah, so that's my dating life. Thanks for asking. You just said you were. Oh yeah, you said you were surprised and never been asked out. That's why.
Yeah. No, I actually legitimately surprised. So.
Scott, have you ever been asked out?
Oh, we don't want to go down this road.
Come on, we're all sharing.
I mean, it's weird, just because of strange dynamics. Like, for instance, I hosted a ton of parties, so that's different. And even before that, when it was nerd culture, I was the one that started the D&D club. When I was in the GSA, I had a bunch of guys ask me out because they misinterpreted me being a part of the GSA as being the G and not the S and the A. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah.
Oh,
And then when you work at a restaurant, you get asked out all the time. It's just normal. People
that
feel like
fact?
kinship. Yeah. Ask pretty much any girl that's been a waitress, and they'll be like, yeah, it's like creepy how often, at least bare minimum once a week, the girls get left phone
Really?
numbers. Yeah, at least if the guy has the balls to like say, like, hey, it's like, oh, at least, he was sweet enough to ask. Usually it's they leave their number on a piece of paper or like the tab or something like that. Like you don't even have the guts to say something. You just wrote down a number and hope that text would take over. Like, I don't know. Granted, going back 15 years, not nowadays. Nowadays is a different culture, right?
I'm sure it's similar. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it'd be less offensive. Again, and then it's just different. So,
Yeah, I've heard of people like meeting someone for the first time and then they like get Facebook stalked and like the person they just met adds them on Facebook like 2 days later. It's
Actually,
like,
yeah.
what are you up to?
So
That's weird.
after Brittany and I were already I'm lucky that I met somebody a long time ago. But my waitresses, when I was managing, they would deal with that a lot, where they would have things where they'd be like, they'd wait on a table, and like 45 minutes later on, they'd come into like the expo area and be like, so the table I was just waiting with, like those 3 dudes at it. So all 3 of them just friended me on Facebook.
That's so fucking cringy. Holy shit.
No, or they'd be like, oh, I just had a guy friend requesting on Facebook and Instagram. Like, they went looking. And I'm like, oh, that's
Does it
creepy.
work? Like, I feel like it
See,
has to
look at
work
Rena.
at
Look
least
at-
once.
Look at Rena. Like, Rena's reactions show exactly how truthful I'm being.
Uncomfortable.
Like, would they do it if it never worked? Like, it
Doesn't
had to have
work.
worked for someone at some point.
It doesn't work.
What
It's-
was this?
It's
I'm creeped
creepy.
out.
It's
I'm
Adding
creeped
someone
out.
on Facebook to ask them
Don't
out.
do it.
like that
Oh
you
yeah,
just
don't
met.
do that.
Actually, oh wait a minute. Okay,
Uh-oh.
but I was 16 at the time. That was like
Oh.
way back when. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, my standards were a lot lower, so that's a different story. But
No, but it's-
nowadays, absolutely not. No, that's.
I do the
kinda creepy.
networking equivalent where I add people on Twitter that I meet for the first time in D&D sessions.
It was someone I knew in real life, though. If it was somebody I didn't know in real life, I would be like, ew.
no, but the thing is, like, it's one thing if you're like you're at a party with like some friends and you end up talking to some girl or some guy for like a good 45 minutes, an hour, and you get to know each
Yeah.
other, and then they request you on it. It's like, oh, that's cool because I hung out with them at a party or
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. But it's something if it's like you're a waitress or like, I don't know, you're like buying jewelry and you're like, the girl selling me that jewelry was hot. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
or
it's
like
weird.
you're at like Macy's and you're like, I was picking a perfume for my mom and that girl was so totally gonna stalk
Ew.
Macy's and find them or something. Like, I don't
Don't
have
do
Facebook.
that.
I don't know
Don't.
how you
No.
find these people to request them. You're like,
Nobody should do that.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
it's crazy.
yeah,
Just get
it's,
Tinder or something.
Yeah.
Just get an app that's designed for that, at least. You know.
Yeah, exactly. In this case, no judgment, man.
Anyway.
Like you want to be on Only Hearts or Fishy
Only
Barrel.
spades, only diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or whatever those websites are.
Only clubs.
Or
Only
or
clubs
Italian-
sounds real.
Italian
That sounds
Grindr.
too real.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Grind.
you could ask the person like IRL
Yeah, well,
if that's where you are.
That's a less sketchy thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they can be
It's the
like,
information
I have
age,
a
man.
boyfriend or a girlfriend, or I'm
No, you didn't.
married, or
I
I'm
found you
this, or
on
I'm
Facebook
that.
and it says relationship status single.
And then you know it's a red flag. And you should call the police.
Yes,
I
Tyler?
mean,
Just kidding.
what?
Oh, I saw you looking to speak. I was saying yes, Tyler.
I was just simply gonna say the amount of times I've been a fake boyfriend for numerous of my friends that are girls is insurmountable.
I can imagine, well, especially since
feel
you go to like Twitch events and stuff like that, and if you're a female streamer, it's definitely a concern. And so being like, can you just like be with me is not abnormal. It's not abnormal at all,
Mhm.
or even at parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Not abnormal.
I
I've had that happen.
legitimately, when people come towards me and just don't say anything, if they're female, I don't ask any questions when they try and come towards me. I'll just be, and they follow me for a bit. I just literally look around for somebody who's making them uncomfortable, and that's all I do. If they say something to me, it's a different story, but I'm talking like high school, just around and about, or when I've been out with friends in grad school and college and stuff like that.
So I've done the opposite. When Brittany and I first started dating, I've done this. When we first started dating,
You avoided her at all
no-
costs.
nobody knew. Like legit nobody. Just like how
Uh.
right now, nobody I work with in my regular job knows what I do here online. Back when Brittany and I were dating, not a single person we worked with, not a single person that was like amongst that, nobody knew because we didn't want to get in trouble at work for having been dating
Well,
together.
You guys were coworkers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
that's
trained
different.
and then like later on, I got a position up, and it doesn't matter. So yeah, we didn't want anybody to know because it was kind of uncool. It wasn't directly bad at first, but anyway, so it was for months. Like it wasn't until we got engaged. So it was like 5-ish months, 6-ish months that nobody knew that we were dating. And then she left the company, so it didn't matter anymore. But so we'd be at parties and stuff like that, and it was like I would barely spend time with her. I'd be like, "Oh, what's up, Britt?" She's like, "Hey," and like that was like our interactions at parties until the party was over, and she'd drive around the block and come back. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was awkward too because Britt was a young, cute girl, and so she would get like hit on and stuff like that, and she'd be like, but she was at her boyfriend's house. It was okay, yeah.
So the moral of today's stream, everyone, is don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy.
And be careful who hits you with their car.
Maybe you should know who your
Okay.
neighbors are so you don't run into situations like this.
I think it'd be worse if I knew who my neighbor was in that scenario.
I mean, if
Don't
you
I
knew,
know you?
I mean, I can tell
Oh
you
my
a story
God.
about my
Hey,
mom.
neighbor,
backing
you
into
seem to
somebody
have
who was
hit me
like her
with your
college
car.
roommate, so it was really
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I
Didn't
just
you hit me with your car?
I love the fact that Messi doesn't think that she has already Facebooked and Twitter stalked him and doesn't.
Don't have
and
Facebook.
He thinks
Twitter's not my name.
he thinks that she doesn't watch the stream.
Hey,
Yeah, that's right.
it's real easy to stalk me. I'll just tell you that right now.
Right.
Girls figure it out,
On the internet, not in real life.
Like we just got a subscriber, Rogue Commander. Now Rogue Commander could easily be somebody that's actually hiding from the parallel military coming to watch you, or it could actually
Killed
be
it.
your neighbor.
Nah, you ruined it.
Actually be your neighbor watching.
So do you think we share an FBI agent or does everyone have their own individual?
I think
Like, there
we
can't be
have
that
all
many FBI
our
agents,
individual. Yeah, I think so. I think they are. I think there's a
You
lot.
mean
All right,
individuals.
Scott, where can we find you and what do you do?
There's going to be a new campaign coming out soon. It's going to be a little bit separated from the other 3 campaigns. It's called Aurorum. I actually haven't officially. I have a plugin name
called
that I'm using
Aurorum?
right now. Aurorum subtitle. I didn't say. I have a plugin name now that I haven't said yet. It's totally not Aurorum Pirate Bay or Aurorum.
Oh my god.
Aurorum
doing-
the High Seas.
Oh.
No, it's
The
not-
boat
not-
campaign.
Not that. It's Aurorum the boat campaign. No, it doesn't work.
No,
Aurorum.
it does. I think it works better than you know.
Daniels. Nope. Doesn't work.
Aurorum shipwreck.
Shipwrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally not any Aurorum Captain. Nope. Need 3 syllables. Doesn't work. So, anyways, it's going to be a different campaign. Separate it physically somewhat from the other 3 games. Separate it to a degree of how much they impact the other games, so on and so forth. I actually, I'm going to have this one set a bit different than the others. I'm trying to decide how different right now. Anyways, I'll be announcing more stuff soon, but I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Yeah, let's go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, let's go to bed.
You come to bed with me?
Yeah, of
Baby,
course.
you
dude.
never cuddle anymore.
Yeah, I just have to go to the bathroom first, but you can come in and hold my hand if you want.
Oh, okay. Now I have to hold on for a second.
Okay.
Brittany and I don't even do that. We don't go in the bathroom at the same time. Like,
Wait,
legit.
Who even does that though? Like,
Hold up,
a
hold
lot
up.
of
who
people.
does that?
Are you
Hold
joking?
up.
Nobody
Hold up.
does that.
Hold up.
A
Me and
lot
my
of-
ex
No.
did that.
No.
Wait,
If
you
No.
guys don't go.
I was uncomfortable
No.
about
Absolutely
it.
not.
Like she's
Absolutely
in there
not.
peeing and I come in to brush my teeth. Never.
Nope.
Never.
We,
The
we,
door's
we don't
shut, it's
close the
shut.
bathroom door. We
Locked.
don't close it.
Yeah.
Locked.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless you
have-
go in
I-
number 2, you don't
definitely-
close it.
Nope.
Yeah. I got used to it with my ex, so
No, listen.
Yeah, it's fine. It's normal.
Yeah, the only person that interrupts me when I'm in the bathroom is my daughter, and I'm like,
Well, I mean that makes sense
go away.
I mean, it's the cat.
because that could be an emergency or something.
I can
but-
understand it if you don't have if you have more than one bathroom too, because
Tell you what, Daelric,
I don't.
I'll like half close the door. You can stand outside the door. I'll just like lean my hand way back, and then you can grab it from the other side of the door, so we don't have to look at each other, and we
Oh
can
my
still
God.
be together while I urinate.
Oh god, that's so awkward. Like we're talking in extreme scenarios. If one person's in the shower with the curtain closed, the other one really has to pee, then
There's at
Dude,
least
that's-
something in between you.
That's
Yeah,
every
but
day.
that's
like that's
extreme.
fine,
That's-
right? Like
that's
there's a
every day.
curtain.
But you're
That's
not
okay.
like dropping bombs in there. You know what I mean?
No,
No. I will say
Absolutely
that. I will
not.
say that when pooping is occurring,
number
that,
2,
that is
closed door.
private. Yeah,
Separate.
that's separate.
Separate.
Everything else is like whatever.
I worked with a girl where she was like, "Oh, he tried to shut the bathroom while he was taking a shit," and I was like, "Excuse me, if you were happy to be intimate with me in those ways, you're happy to be intimate these ways." And I just go in there and sit on the counter and talk to him, and I'm like, "Why am I a part of this conversation right now?"
Why?
I feel
Yeah,
That's a psychopath.
why?
That's a
Why does that
psychopath.
need to happen?
All right, hey, bye everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Good
I
night.
hope you feel as
Yep.
awkward as I do. Bye.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's go raid
hey.
somebody. Okay,
Best
Who we gonna
sidekick.
raid?
please
number
forget
one
all of
sidekick.
this ever happened.
Doxy is still alive, but
Wait,
you
is this
know.
a real
No,
one, or
never
is
mind.
this
Leave
a
your
rerun?
minds at
It's
the
a
good
rerun.
RP
It's a
that we
rerun.
had at the ending of our show.
Jingle bells, Batman smells. I laid an
Uh,
egg.
Steve is
rewind your
live.
brains.
We're gonna
Steve
Rewind.
is live.
Doxy reruns almost every day, so it's hard to.
Rewind your
We're going to
brains.
Steve, everybody. Let's go hang out with our buddy Steven Spawn. Go check
I was
him out.
actually gaming with him yesterday, so.
Oh, hey, oh. He actually hit me up about doing a campaign sometime, and that's if and when in the future. You know what I mean? I was like, cool. Everyone wants to play.
Dude,
That's
Steve's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Steve's fantastic.
Arrgh, Steve's gonna be in the pirate campaign.
Arr. By the way, guys, we're all muted and everything now. It's totally going to be a pirate campaign, so just
Hell
keep it on the
yeah,
DL.
bro.
I'll tell you guys who's in the cast.
Woo!
So let's see. Wade definitely wants to do it, but he doesn't want to be captain. Pat asked to be captain. I can't tell you who the third person is
Oh.
though, so we're gonna All right, I'll
He's
say
definitely
that
not
later.